and we've covered everything from acupuncture to football this week here in New Orleans in one fashion or another. Although I will have to say that there was less football covered during the week than you might expect leading up to the World Championship game. The Super Bowl MVPs now out near the 50-yard line, and Joe Montana coming out. All of them are there. I believe Bart Starr will be the man who actually takes part in the coin toss, although they're now being reintroduced to the crowd. They were introduced earlier. But it's a colorful event. If you've never been to a Super Bowl, and this is the first that I've been to, and it really is a colorful event. The Patriots assembled below us on the near sidelines. The Bears across the way. The Patriots in the home uniform, solid red jerseys with white numbers, white pants, and blue trim.
I see John Riggins made it. He wasn't there the night before last, I guess, at the official dinner, but he made it for the game.
Well, he walked out of the rehearsal that they had the other day, too. I guess it ran a little long, and he said, no, that's enough. I think it's interesting to see that John Riggins has a tie on. I expected him to come out with some camouflage and having a gun strapped to his back.
John Riggins is something else, let me tell you. Anybody who's ever run into him or had to deal with him, he is one different individual. They talk about Jim McMahon being a free spirit, marching to the beat of his drummer and not anyone else's. I think John Riggins personifies that indeed. Franco Harris being introduced, all the great stars of the Super Bowls over the years. Yeah, the game really hasn't lived up to the hype in the past. There have been some good Super Bowls, but I think, gentlemen, what we see is that there's so much goes into this game, and not only from a standpoint of preparation, but it is the pinnacle game of the season to the players, and the coaches, I think, respond to the way they call plays and to the way they carry things out in the course of a game, especially early on.
Well, I think in Super Bowls, teams play not to lose rather than to go for it and do some bizarre things sometimes, or to play like they normally would. And I think part of what happens in a game like this is that everyone waits so long for it to occur, the 2 weeks that you prepare for it. And it's like anything else when somebody, I worry about, like, let's say, going to a movie. Someone says, oh, you can't miss this movie. You've got to go to this movie. It's so good. You go there and say, hey, what was so good about that? Yeah. And that's this game, too. The Super Bowl. Everyone's got to go to the Super Bowl. You have to watch the Super Bowl. You get there and you go, hey, what was so great about that?
Well, everybody, I don't know. It's a regular football game, but it's the Super Bowl, so everything is magnified. Everything is covered so close.
Jim Covert, John Jay, Gary Fenwick, and Mike Singletary.
Here we go.
Patriot captain Steve Grogan, John Hanna, Mosi Katupu, Raymond Claiborne, and Steve Nelson. The referee for today's game, Red Cashin, will now conduct the coin toss ceremony.
Bears and Patriots exchanging handshakes out on the field of the 50-yard line, the captains, and in a moment again the coin toss will be conducted. Bart Starr in the middle of the group, now standing behind Mike Singletary. And of course, the
Bears is the visitor, and we'll call the toss. Captain Payton, please call the toss in the air as tossed by Bart Starr. Called it.
The question as to whether Walter wins.
He called tails, and he is the winner of your choice.
He talked him into that one, didn't he? Now the Patriots want to do it over.
And I don't blame them.
That sounds like a Sandlot thing. No, do it over. That wasn't fair.
New England chose that goal, and we'll kick.
So the New England Patriots and the Chicago Bears about set to tee it up and get it underway. The Patriots will be kicking from left to right to the Bears, who take it on offense. And yeah, that is one of the stranger coin tosses.
Everybody's talking about the players being nervous. I think the referee there was a little nervous. He was standing right next to Walter and didn't hear what he called.
I thought you said heads. No, well, it's tails. Okay, tails. Bears won the toss. All right.
Well, these are among the best officials in the National Football League. Of course, Red Cashin is the referee, and apparently Mike Ditka has had an ongoing battle of sorts with Red Cashin, we were told earlier. Ron Botchin is the umpire. The head linesman, Dale Williams. The line judge is Bama of glass, the back judge Al Jury, the side judge Bob Rice, the field judge Jack Vaughn. The alternates Ben Drice and Al Conway. So the best the National Football League has to offer, and the highest rated officials are here this afternoon, along with the two best teams in the NFL. Tony Franklin, who kicked for the Philadelphia Eagles way back in the early 80s, 1981, I believe it was, kicked for the Eagles and was in the Super Bowl against the Raiders. Now teeing it up for the New England Patriots. Dropping back deep to receive this kick for the Chicago Bears. Willie Gault on the far side, Dennis Gentry on the near side. Gault averaging 21 yards per return to the postseason. Gentry 22 yards. Franklin has it on the tee. We're just about set for action. Franklin waiting for the okay for the official. The arm in the air. Barefooted kicker. Franklin gets the okay. Here's the approach. We're underway. And Super Bowl 20. End-over-end kick carrying toward the far side. Gault from the 8. Cutting left to the 10. Turns to the 15. He's hit and covered up. Across the 15 near the 18-yard line. The Bears will put it in play. 1st and 10. Mosi Tatupu and Johnny Rembert providing the coverage. Just a 10-yard return. And it'll be first down Chicago from the 18-yard line at Bears territory.
Another situation, Wayne, where on the kickoff, Franklin hooks the ball. He's a sidewinder, and it goes to Gault on the far right-hand side of the field, and he tries to come back way to the left. And it's tough to do.
Dennis McKinnon out to the right side. Willie Gault split to the left. First play from scrimmage for the Bears in Super Bowl 20. High formation backfield. Payton the tail of the tandem. Suey is the fullback. McKinnon comes in motion to the near side. McMahon on the toss. Payton sweeping left. Turns upfield. 15 to the 20. Payton stretching out to the 25-yard line off the left side of the offensive line. Steve Nelson, the All-Pro, made the tackle. 12-year pro out of the North Dakota State. 8-yard gain. And it's a second down and 2 yards to go.
Ronnie Lippert was in the backfield and had an opportunity to tackle Walter for a loss, and then tried an arm tackle, and Walter stepped right through it.
And the problem was Don Blackman came in, the right side corner, outside corner linebacker. He came in, and he got caught inside, so Walter went around him.
They spotted as a gain of 7 rather than 8, and the football just short of the 25-yard line. Out of second down to 3 yards to go. McKinnon in motion to the near side. High formation backfield. Here's the handoff. Payton Sutter steps to the right side, fumbles the football as he's hit, and the Patriots have recovered, it appears, at the 19-yard line. New England football at the 19-yard line, and Larry McGrew comes out of the pack with it. Payton was hit rather low, lost the football, and the Patriots, who have done such a spectacular job of triggering the turnover, get the first break of the game.
Everyone's going to talk about that. They're going to raise that question, but that was just a hard hit right up the middle. He was hit, and just a helmet knocked it out. It wasn't necessarily a slap like everyone talks about what they've been doing.
But those are the football to the 19-yard line of the Bears and the New England Patriots on a 1st and 10. Tony Eason has them down at set. Craig James, Tony Collins, the running back. Stanley Morgan to the left side. Steffen Starring wide right. And taking the handoff, Eason looking to deal. Pops the left side. Going for Lynn Dawson, and it's incomplete. Pass sailed over the head of Dawson, who had a step on the coverage down the left side near the 8-yard line. And Lynn Dawson is still down to the turf, out of bounds on the far side. And it looked like before that play ended, he stumbled on the play as he went after the football, and he might have injured his leg at that point and could not catch up with it.
That's a drop ball. The Bears are lucky there because that ball was perfectly thrown right over the top of Wilbur Marshall, and Dawson should have caught this ball. You know what happens a lot of times? We can see on the replay where he landed real hard on his left knee, and this turf will eat you up. I mean, it hurts when you come down just a little bit wrong, and he landed right on his left knee, although they don't appear to be looking at his legs.
So Lynn Dawson down across the way. The Patriots face a second down at 10 yards to go. The football just inside the 20 near the 19-yard line.
What they did, they had crossing pattern, and the wide receiver, Steffen Starring, he was open behind the player that they threw the ball to. But it was interesting that they threw like a double play action. I mean, they faked a one back, they faked another back. And sometimes when you do that, I mean, you're really toying with the effect of spending too much time there and allowing this great bear rush to get to you. But it also gives your receivers, both outside receivers ran a crisscross or a crossing pattern, and Tony still had enough time to throw the ball to the tight end on the far side of the field, and they were open, which you can take that for whatever you want to take it as.
It appeared Len Dawson had gotten behind the coverage of Wilbur Marshall, and that ball sailing up high on him, just about over his head, but again, still in a position where he could catch it, and he just couldn't come up with a handle on it.
See, what play action does to you as corner linebackers, now, Wilbur Marshall, even Singletary, Otis Wilson, they have a lot of pass responsibility, and when they see a play action type deal in the backfield, that freezes you just for that second. Now, all of a sudden, the man you're supposed to be covering takes off across the field, and you're kind of like, oh, geez, are they going to hand it off yet, or do I follow this guy, or whatever? And you get hung up a split second, and both of the receivers that were crossing were open.
Lynn Dawson in pain down to the far sidelines, and Derek Ramsey, the only other tight end on the roster, comes in for the New England Patriots. With the break of the action, let's take this 10-second timeout on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Help reduce your electric bills and extend the life of light bulbs with the Master Electrician full-range rotary dimmer. It's just $3.59 at participating True Value hardware stores.
Wayne Larrivee with Jim Hart and Dick Butkus. No score. We're just underway very early. 13:54 left to go. They're calling for the stretcher now for Lynn Dawson across the way. So with the timeout at the Super Bowl, the Bears and Patriots scoreless. 13:54 to play in the first period on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Recently, in the rich and bountiful soil of Illinois, has come word of a new and unusual plant that could yield a harvest of untold riches for its owners, for its people. What is the name of this unique species of plant? Some call it Diamond Star. But for the thousands who will work and grow here, it is known by a simpler name, the Chrysler-Mitsubishi plant. And it's indigenous to only one place on Earth, Illinois. Perhaps you own a thriving business, large or small, and are searching for growth and commitment, for training and financial assistance. If so, we invite you to look at the state Chrysler-Mitsubishi found fertile enough to plant roots in, the thriving and nurturing business climate of Illinois.
Call the Illinois Department of Commerce and Community Affairs at 1-800-252-2923.
There are many factors involved in building a championship team like the Chicago Bears. It takes leadership, talent, experience, and the dedication to excellence that has marked the Bears since the days of the team's founder and former head coach, George Halas. In like manner, WCFC TV 38 pursues excellence in its commitment to Greater Chicagoland with programs that inform, entertain, and inspire. TV 38 salutes the Chicago Bears on this Super Bowl Sunday.
Lynn Dawson being carried away from the playing surface, and he may have really done some damage to that knee. He's in pain anyway. It's hard to tell exactly what kind of damage, obviously, that he did to that knee, but it really looks like he's in trouble as he heads back to the locker room and certainly in great pain. But Derek Ramsey has come out to replace him in the Patriots starting lineup. Now, Ramsey is the only other true tight end on that Patriots squad that's here at Super Bowl 20. New England facing a second down at 10 yards to go for the 19-yard line of the Chicago Bears. Stanley Morgan out to the left side. Stephen Starring is split to the right. Collins and James in a split backfield. Tony Eason takes the snap, looks to throw, looking left, throws the middle, and it's dropped incomplete. Pass broken up. It looked like the linebacker coverage on the play by Mike Singletary pried the ball loose from Stanley Morgan on a slant pattern toward the middle.
I wonder, though. I think that's more of a drop pass. I think that Mike Singletary being there had something to do with it. May have taken made Stanley take his eyes off of it, but that ball hit him right in the chest. He just didn't come up with it.
Looking at the replay, you're absolutely right. He got hit in the hands, but Singletary may have screened him in the last moment. Now the Patriots facing a 3rd and 10 shotgun formation. Receivers deployed to the left and right side. Irving Fryer in the slot right side. The snap to Eason. The rush is on. The blitz from Otis Wilson. Hit as he lost the right side of the end zone for Starring, and the pass off the mark. No good. Incomplete. Sailing toward the right side of the end zone. Stephen Starring couldn't quite catch up with it, and Tony Eason was taking it from the blind side. Otis Wilson on the blitz.
Starting Ed Richardson beaten in the corner, too. But again, that's that fierce rush. Getting back to Lynn Dawson going out and looking at the stats, Derek Ramsey caught more passes than Lynn Dawson did this year, so they're not hurting with Ramsey in there.
They'll spot it down at just outside the 26-yard line. 10 of the end zone. Makes for a 36-yard field goal attempt. Very slight angle to the right side for Tony Franklin. Signals are being called out of the hole to Tony Eason. Guy Morris on the snap. Hoist and booted. It is up, and it is good! So following the fumble by Walter Payton, the New England Patriots unable to move the football. 3 incompleted passes. They settle for 3. Patriots 3, Bears nothing. 13:41 left to go. First period of play on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Today, Chevrolet announces a new kind of imported small car that's making some unexpected friends.
Hello, sir. I'm here to pick up Carol.
Yes, come in, young man. She'll be right down.
Thank you, sir.
I noticed your car out there.
Yes, sir. That's my new Sprint from Chevrolet.
Sprint, eh?
Yes, sir. It's very sensible with terrific gas mileage.
Oh, and why is that?
The Sprint has a 3-cylinder overhead cam engine that's incredibly efficient.
Is that so? Oh, what's the price?
Oh, sir, one of the lowest in America.
Sprint, eh? Well, I'm glad Carol is finally dating someone sensible.
Hi, John. I see you've already met Daddy. Well, let's go.
Nice meeting you, sir.
John, you're the first guy Daddy has ever liked.
Well, I told him about my new Sprint. The price, mileage.
But I thought you bought it because it loves to run.
Well, I didn't tell him everything.
Sprint, imported by Chevrolet, has an EPA estimated 44 city, 50 highway MPG. Used for comparison. Your mileage may differ.
There's more to WGN Radio than the Chicago Bears. We also bring you the mighty DePaul Blue Demons and Notre Dame Fighting Irish basketball. And coming soon, the Cubs return to GM. To add to the heat of baseball season, Harry Carey has created the Hot Stove League, premiering next Sunday. Plus, we'll carry a rematch of the 1969 Cubs and Mets. To top off this all-star lineup, it's Super Bears one more time, February 7th at 5. With around-the-clock sports action, it's WGN Radio 72.
Wayne Larrivee, Jim Hart, and Dick Butkus. We're back at the Louisiana Superdome. Super Bowl 20. The New England Patriots leading the Chicago Bears by the score of 3-0. 26-yard field goal by Tony Franklin. Franklin has it on the tee and once again kicking off from left to right to restart the game. Willie Gault on the far side. Dennis Gentry on the near side. Split deep in twin safeties. Franklin with the arm in the air, waiting for the okay from the official. Now he gets the whistle and set to approach, and here he is. Franklin moves forward, gets off a floater, carrying toward the far side, hips near the 14, and bounds out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. So Franklin will be penalized 5 yards back, and they'll try it again. He hooked the first kickoff to Willie Gault on that side, but Gault had enough room to make a play on it. Now this one, there was no doubt that Willie wasn't going to try to chase it down.
Going back to that first kickoff when Franklin did hook it and Willie tries to come back to this side, I've always thought that special teams coaches told you that if they hooked it to one side, that forget about the return. There's no sense coming all the way back, running 30 yards over this side trying to get there. Just take it up at the near sideline to where you are and try to get the best you can. I bet he'd gotten past the 20-yard line if he did.
The two outside people, the containment on the left side of the Patriots kickoff return team, were down there plenty of time. But years ago, we used to have the wedge, and now a lot of teams are going to this different lineup where everybody's spread out, and you really can't yell or something to say go right, or left. So they're going with a planned kick.
The kick by Franklin again, hooked to the right side for the 13, Gault to the 15, 20, 25. Willie Gault straight ahead this time, out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Rod McSwain made the tackle, second-year pro out of Clemson, 15-yard return, and just across the 30-yard line. The Bears will put it in play near their 31. Second offensive possession for the Chicago Bears. In most Super Bowls, I believe, the team that scores first usually ends up winning. But
I don't like that scenario.
Patriots only got 3 out of it, Jim. They could have had 7, getting the ball first at 10 of the 19. I think the advantage there to the Bears. Running back to the offset I formation for the Bears at a first down near the 31-yard line. Receivers right and left, and McMahon back to throw. McMahon has time, wings the left side. It's batted down, incomplete by Don Blackman. Intended in the play for Emory Moorhead near the 36-yard line. Don Blackman, all-pro linebacker, on the outside, a fifth-year pro out of Tulsa, made the play, and second down and 10 yards to go coming up for the Bears.
Good coverage by Don Blackman. What happens there is the linebacker sees the play developing and goes with the tight end in the flat, and then knowing he can't catch up, he cuts underneath and makes the quarterback throw just a perfect pass, and that was ill-advised, as they say.
Dennis McKinnon out to the left side. Everybody else is tight. Double tight ends. Now Willie Galt comes out of the offensive backfield into the slot of the left side. Peyton the lone setback. Galt in motion to the right side out of 2nd and 10 from the 31. McMahon looks to deal. Rainbows it deep down the right side. Willie Galt out there over the shoulder catch at the 30 down to the 25-yard line.
All right.
First down, Chicago Bears. He beat the coverage of Ronnie Lippett. 43-yard pass play, and the Bears are on the march.
So much for those gloves of Jim McMahon, though. That was one of the most wobbly passes I've ever seen. Looked like Billy Kilmer's throwing over there. I think he should take the glove off now.
That time we only had Walter Payton as a true back, and we brought in two tight ends, Emory Moorhead and Reitman. And the other back was, of course, Willie Galt. So with the double tight end setup, it might improve the blocking and the protection.
Here are the Bears now to the line of scrimmage from the Patriot 26-yard line on a 1st and 10. A split backfield, Chicago slot to the left side. Peyton in motion to the right side. Jim McMahon hands it off to Suey. Quick hitter off right guard inside the 20. Suey plowing his way to the 19-yard line. Tough run on a quick hitter by Matt Suey, and a gain on that play of 7 yards. Fred Marion and Andre Tippett respond for the New England defensive secondary and linebacking core, respectively. And the Bears now face a second down for the 19.
A couple of passes that the Bears have thrown so far, Jim McMahon has really had some good protection. Good time to throw the ball. The offensive line looks like they're really playing hard.
Galt wide to the right side. McKinnon out to the left. Emory Moorhead tight end left side. Suey and Peyton in the backfield now. They shift to a regular pro set. McMahon on a long count looks over the defense, deploys his tight end in motion to the right side, hands it off to Suey, dodging a defender off right tackle, and Suey inside the 15 has a first down for the Chicago Bears near the 14-yard line. Gain of 5, and Larry McGrew in the linebacking core made the hit for the New England Patriots. So the Bears moving the football on the ground with authority.
Boy, giving an assist to that AstroTurf. He kind of stumbled just a little bit, tripped him up. The hole was there. The offensive line doing a good job right now blocking for the run. And Suey, he's a tough runner. Good runner.
14-yard line of the New England Patriots. The Bears are trailing 3-0. Chicago on the attack. Slot to the right side. The running back shift into the I formation behind Jim McMahon. McMahon looking over the defense, deploys McKinnon in motion to the near side. Jim McMahon takes the snap. Toss Peyton sweeping right. Cuts it back upfield to the 15 and struggles forward down to the 13 or maybe the 12-yard line, depending on the spot of the ball. Andre Tippett there along with Steve Nelson. 2 all-pro linebackers. Gain of a couple. Second down and 8 yards to go for the Chicago Bears. Just inside the 13-yard line.
Great job by Andre Tippett, because Matt Suey put a real fine block on Andre, and he bounced back and was able to still hold Walter to just a 2-yard gain.
With the clamor of "Let's Go Bears" in the background, Chicago approaches the line of scrimmage. Led by their center, Jay Hilgenberg. McMahon splits his backfield in a pro set formation. Slot to the right side of the wide receivers. Suey and Peyton, the running backs. McKinnon, a wide receiver, in motion to the near side. McMahon off the play action, looking to throw. Swings to the left side of the ball. Tipped, and it's incomplete as Walter Payton fell down near the 10-yard line. Don Blackman got a hand on that football. Pass appeared to be intended for Walter Payton, and Blackman tipped it over the head of Payton, who stumbled and fell on the play near the 10.
Oh, that's 2 close ones with Blackman. He really does a good job of getting back. I mean, he reads well, and then he drops back, and he's just reading McMahon. I mean, there was no secret that Jim was going to go this way towards somebody and elected to go to Peyton.
So it's a third down and 8 yards to go for the Chicago Bears near the 13-yard line of the New England Patriots. Marjoram inserted into the lineup in the slot right side. In the slot left side, Dennis Gentry. Peyton the lone setback. McMahon to the shotgun formation. Looks over the defense, takes the snap. Now steps up in the pocket, rolling right to the 15 of the 10, and he's upended by Ronnie Lippett at the 10-yard line. Lippett made a big hit on an undercut move, and now some fisticuffs breaking out. 3-yard gain for Jim McMahon, and the Bears will face a 4th down as they instill some sanity on the playing surface. The official placing the football down to the 10-yard line. Saw an official make his signal for illegal procedure, but what he's doing is just restarting the clock. Now, Butler from the 18-yard line, 10 to the end zone, 38-yard field goal attempt. This to tie the game out of the hold of Steve Fuller. Jay Hilgenberg on the snap. Fuller with the arm extended. Here it is. Placed down. Booted by Butler. Rising to the upright. It is good! 9:20 left to go in the first period of play. The Bears have drawn even, tying the New England Patriots at 3 apiece on the WGN Chicago Bears radio network.
Thousands of years ago, in the land that is now Wisconsin, no man had yet come to stay. In all likelihood, only an occasional hunter would pass through the forest in search of an elk, or a bear, or perhaps the mastodon. In the land that is now Wisconsin, thousands of years ago, there was no sound, except for the cry of a bird, the howl of the lion, the murmur of softly falling rain. Rain as clean and pure as any water man has ever known. At the House of Heilemann, we brew our beer with these priceless waters of the past. At the House of Heilemann, we brew our beer with the pure, natural waters of history. Heilemann's old-style beer, brewed with water from when the earth was pure. G. Heilemann Brewing Company, La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Come on, Bear fans, drive over to Firestone. January is Firestone Tire and Service Month. All season radials are specially priced now. Get a set of 4 for just $99, size P 151-80R13. You can take advantage of savings on MasterCare car service specials, too. For this week only, save $25 on a MasterCare electronic ignition tune-up. Just $34.95 most cars, 6 and 8-cylinder engines, slightly higher. Firestone Tire sale ends Saturday. Offers available at Firestone Company-owned stores in the greater Chicagoland area. Come on, Bear fans, drive over to Firestone.
28-yard field goal by Kevin Butler puts the Bears on the board with 9:20 to go. That drive, 8 plays, 59 yards, a 43-yard pass play to Willie Gault, the key to setting up Chicago deep inside New England territory. Dropping back deep, Stephen Starring, Cedric Jones, and Greg Hawthorne. Triple safeties to receive this Kevin Butler kick. Butler kicking from right to left. We're first period of play in Super Bowl 20. Starring is the second Patriot all time to have 1,000-yard season returning kicks, 48 returns, a 21.1 average in the regular season. He's averaged 21.8 yards on 6 returns of the postseason. Butler given the okay by the officials. Here's the approach and his kick. Good leverage into an end-over-end boot straight on. Starring near the 4. He cuts to his right to the 10, to the 15, 20, finds an opening, 25, 30. Picks up a block, 35 to the 40, and is brought down across the 40 near the 41-yard line. Dennis Gentry led the charge for Chicago. 36-yard return. Keith Ortega also in the vicinity of that tackle. And the Patriots in good field position from their 41 will put it in play.
Willie Gault wasn't on the kickoff team as a safety valve, so see what I mean? Here we are, 41-yard line. That's a little bit too much, I think, to have them start a drive. So I hope the defense shuts them out here.
Starring out to the right side, Morgan split to the left. Running backs are Collins and James in an offset I formation behind Tony Eason. Now Collins in motion to the left side, and Eason back to throw. He pops the right side, threw it way over the head of everyone. Trying to hit Stephen Starring near the Chicago 40. Starring cutting toward the middle. Mike Richardson on the coverage, and Eason looks a little quick with that rifle, Jim Hart.
That was, I think that's excitement talking there, because I don't know if King Kong could have caught that one.
And it also looks like the Bears were lined up in a 46, but they did a little shifting in the back with Fensick, but it looked like they ran a zone, which might have screwed up Eason as far as what to expect.
Eason 0 for 4 in the passing department. We're seeing New England throw a lot more than they said they would in the early going.
So much for my theory.
Slot to the right side, faking the handoff to Collins. Eason looking to the air. Eason has time, dumps it over the short pattern over the middle, and it's incomplete. Shoestring attempt on the catch by Stanley Morgan, who earlier in this first period of play dropped the football near the 5-yard line of Chicago. That one he couldn't come up with a handle on near the 45. And Wilbur Marshall providing the coverage in the short pattern.
I don't know if this makes any sense, but it seems like every passing play that the Patriots have done so far are crossing patterns. Now, when you play man-to-man, when you just run a flat down and out, a sideline or a hook or something, it seems like the defensive player, really, it's not a challenge to him. But when you got a chance to run across the field like 50, 60 yards, that's more time to get open.
3rd and 10 from the 41. Slot to the left side. Pryor in the slot left side. The snap to Eason. Scans the secondary. The rush is on, and he's hit and sacked. Back at the 30-yard line. Wilbur Marshall, Richard Dent. Yes, the sack man is called.
Eason's rattled.
10-yard loss. Eason was rattled on September 15th in Chicago.
He came out, overthrew the first pass, missed the second pass, and here he should have thrown the ball away. He could feel the pressure coming. He should have thrown it away.
You know, it just seemed like he stayed in the pocket, but the pocket collapsed, and he didn't do anything. I mean, he didn't try to step up, back, or dump the ball or whatever. He just, took the pipe. Yeah.
Loss of 10 yards back to the 31-yard line of New England. Keith Ortego in single safety now to receive this punt for the Chicago Bears. Rich Camarillo, who averaged 43 yards per punt during the regular season, is on. Guy Morris on the snap, and here it is. Camarillo takes it, moves forward, and pops it. Gets great leverage into this kick. Ortego backing up on the near side of the 20. He cuts right to the 25, ducks Rod McSwain across the 25, and gets it out to the 28-yard line. McSwain got enough of him to help bring him down. Mosi Tutupu made sure, but the Bears in pretty good field position will put it in play. 1st and 10. That a 48-yard punt, a 7-yard return. It'll be first down, Chicago near the 29 of the Bears. Timeout with the score. New England 3, Chicago 3, first period on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Tired of winter giving you the cold shoulder? Ozark is turning on the heat.
You got heat wave, and it feels so good. Running on a sweet way, like you know you could. Ozark heat wave.
Ozark's heat wave is sweeping over all of Florida with lots of flights to all the hottest spots.
Don't pass up this ride. You can really turn the tide on heat wave. Ozark heat wave.
Right now, you can book Ozark's ultra-hot, ultra-saver fares to Tampa, Sarasota, Fort Myers, and Orlando. Same fine food and service, but with up to 70% off our regular fare. At that price, you can't afford to be cold. Make your reservations now.
Don't pass up this fare. Let Ozark take you there on heat wave. Ozark heat wave.
The Bears go into hibernation soon, but WGN Radio continues to run with the ball, bringing you lots of action. Enter the Bob Collins Alpine Valley Ski Spree, set for February 23rd, with Uncle Bobby and 2,500 close pals. Then Paul Bryan runs away with the Shrine Circus and offers free tickets for the big show on March 4th. Also in the game plan, Roy Leonard makes it possible for you to see the award-winning play Cats on the House, and Wally Phillips wants to send you to Hawaii. It's all here on WGN Radio 720.
Wayne Larrivee, Jim Hart, and Dick Butkus back to the Louisiana Superdome. The Bears defense has asserted itself. 2 New England offensive possessions, one of which started on the 19-yard line, and all the Patriots have to show is minus 10 yards in losses. Now the Bears deploy their receivers to the right and left sides. McKinnon left, Willie Gault wide right. High formation backfield behind Jim McMahon. First down, 29-yard line, Chicago. McMahon off the play action, looks to throw, deals the right side. Diving grab, Willie Gault. 48-yard line of Chicago underneath the coverage of Ronnie Lepet. No question about it, they're going after Lepet. Fred Marion was also there on the stop. A 19-yard pickup to a Chicago first down.
Another kind of what we call a duck pass. Wobbled, but it got there, wobbled enough.
Well, Willie Gault is doing a number on number 42, Ronnie Lepet.
It looks like he's running a lot better disciplined pass patterns, don't you think? I mean, he's coming and planting his foot, making good, sharp, crisp fakes and moves.
McKinnon left again, Gault to the right side. Running back shift into a pro set formation. Suey and Payton in motion. Tim Reitman, a tight end to the near side, and McMahon back to throw. McMahon now rolling right, being rushed, floats the right sidelines, and nobody there. He sails out of bounds with the football, and pass overthrown, and no one in the vicinity for the most part. And Dennis Owens coming hard to the pass rush for the New England Patriots. He had broken free.
Good play to throw that ball that way. When you're running right, and even though maybe your receiver cutting across the field, you'd have to turn around and throw left, and boy, that's a lot of time for the ball to get there. And easy pickings. So he just elected to throw it out of bounds on the right-hand side.
Somebody must have busted that pattern, because with the quarterback rolling right and everyone else going left, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
3 apiece, we're tied. 7:26 to go. First period of play. The Bears at a 2nd and 10 from their 48-yard line. Split backfield, Chicago. Now Willie Gault moves out of the backfield into the slot right side. Walter Payton, the lone setback. Gault in motion to the near side. McKinnon, the wide receiver, to the right. Long count at the line, and McMahon takes and fakes the handoff. Looks to deal, steps up in traffic, rolling right, and then is hit and dropped. McMahon went down to the 45-yard line. Looked to be a loss of 3, forcing a third down of 13 yards to go. Blackman and Dennis Owens hounding the Chicago quarterback.
That was another offensive setup where Willie Gault goes in motion. The only remaining back is Walter Payton, 2 tight ends. That time he looked like he just forgot about Willie and was looking for either Reitman or Emery Moorhead, one of the tight ends to sneak through.
If he'd only seen Emery was on this near sideline, right about the 50-yard line, wide open.
So the first sack of the game for the New England defense. Now double slot to the right and left side. Shotgun formation. Payton the lone setback along with Jim McMahon, who barks out the signals, takes the snap, hands it off to Payton. Walter slicing the right side, is hit across the 45 and covered up near the 48-yard line. Walter Payton got back to the original line of scrimmage. Roland James, Andre Tippett team up on the tackle. So the Bears on this drive go nowhere and face a 4th down and about 10 yards to go. Gain of 3 on the particular play, but they got back to the original line of scrimmage where this series of downs began.
I'm going to be a little critical about that play calling there. Here you are at midfield. You got to gamble, try to get the first down. Not with that's too much yards. That was over 10 yards to get on a draw play. I'm afraid I'm a little critical of that.
Irving Fryer back in single safety to receive this Maury Buford punt. Fryer averaging 14 yards per return. The snap to Buford under no pressure, gets away. A beautiful kick. A high booming kick floating toward the far side. Hits on the 5 and skips into the end zone. So the Patriots will take it from the 20-yard line, a 52-yard punt, and it'll be first down to England from the 20. 3 apiece, we're tied. We've got 5:59 left to go in this first period of play. Had a little Super Bowl play calling there, the conservative call, and even at the midfield marker.
I guess so. Jim's got a little Super Bowl criticism starting right off the bat.
Especially at the 50-yard line. And what have you got to lose? Go throw the ball and try to get that first down. Throw it down in the end zone, perhaps.
Of course, we've talked many times. It is the tendency of the Bears to run on third down of passing situations, but normally it's 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 8, not 3rd and 13.
Maybe they were just trying to break tendency and show them something that they hadn't seen before.
It's still like a boxing match, both sides feeling each other out. New England Patriots first down from the 20-yard line. A split backfield. Craig James, Tony Collins. Neither has carried the ball on the first 2 New England possessions. Steffen starring in motion to the near side. Handoff. Craig James off left tackle. He's hit and dropped. Got back to the line of scrimmage. No farther. Mike Singletary on the ankle grab. And the Bears defense continues to assert itself here in this first period.
Boy, Mike shot in there. He almost took the handoff. Great play.
Sliced in as that hole opened in the line.
And you know, looking at the replay, that William Perry did a good job on Hanna. He pushed him back. I think Hanna was trying to run a sucker, trying to pull, and Big Perry just pushed him right back into the flow of things.
As a result, 2nd and 10, and Eason back to throw. Eason looking around. He's hit by Steve McMichael and brought down.
Ball down.
Popped loose. The Bears say they've got
Bears say they do. All right.
Chicago football. Dan Hampton comes out of the pack with it.
All right, Dad.
Steve McMichael on the hit to pry the ball loose from Tony Eason. Richard Dent was also there, as he always is. And the Bears get the football to the 13-yard line of New England. So we've evened up the turnovers now at 1 apiece.
We're liable to see Steve Grogan before halftime. You know that?
It might be. There's a lot of speculation as far as, looking at the replay, Richard Dent, that guy amazes me. He's able to run around and come in from behind and make the play. And then, of course, McMichaels was there, and Dan comes up with the ball.
McMichael hit him first and grabbed him up high, and then Dent from behind like a thief knocked the ball loose. McKinnon wide to the right side. Willie Gault split to the left, a split backfield for the running backs behind Jim McMahon. First down, 13-yard line of New England. 3 apiece, we're tied. McMahon takes the snap, rolls right, looks downfield. He swings it back to the left side. Emery Moorhead, 15, one-on-one with Blackman. Gets a block and he turns inside the 10. Then is hit by Fred Marion near the 5-yard line. Ken Taylor make that Fred Marion on the tackle. I believe that was McKinnon who threw the block.
Dennis McKinnon and Ronnie Lippett came after him, and like he was going to try to get him for blocking Blackman. I think he thought maybe it was an illegal block.
Right.
And he came running at McKinnon. McKinnon blocked him, knocked him down.
Gain of 8 yards, and it's a second down for the Chicago Bears and 2 yards to go.
You know, on the replay, McKinnon came around, and he did make a good block. I mean, he had his head and shoulder in front, hit him around the knees, and, of course, this Lippett come all the way from the middle of the field to try to throw something at McKinnon. He threw another block on him.
Dennis McKinnon, Mike Ditka says he is by far the best blocking wide receiver in the National Football League, and we just saw evidence on why. Second down to 2 yards to go, 5-yard line of New England. High formation backfield. Here's the handoff. Peyton bursting off right guard, and Peyton wedging his way inside the 5, very close to that first down. He's stacked up by a host of New England Patriots. Dennis Owens in on that tackle along with Steve Nelson, the all-pro linebacker. Nelson leading the way.
You got to get 7 out of here. Got to get to 7.
Wayne, if we had any misgivings about Dennis McKinnon and his intensity after not having practiced most of this last couple of weeks, I think that disproves what we might have suggested.
And Andy Frederick, Wayne, Andy Frederick came out, and then he went back out, so apparently his leg's okay. It's just that they're not going to use him on this particular play.
Gain of 1 yard in the previous play, so it's third down and 1 yard to go from the New England 4-yard line. High formation for Chicago, double tight ends for the Bears in the ball game. Peyton the tail of the tandem. Calvin Thomas is the fullback, but McMahon takes it himself and lunges forward on the surge of the 9. Picks up the first down inside the 3-yard line. A gain of 2, and again Nelson in the mid-portion of the Patriot defense was there to get a hand on him and help to bring him down. But again, the forward wall, the surge, got the first down, it appears, for the Chicago Bears as they spot the football near the 2. First and goal for the Chicago Bears. Nose of the football appears to be just inside that 3-yard line. Bears and Patriots tied at 3 apiece. We have 3:31 left to go in Super Bowl 20, first period. Chicago defense has already made its presence felt in rather graphic fashion here, and now the offense looking to do the same. Peyton the tail of the tandem. Calvin Thomas is the fullback. They set up a wing on the right side. Emery Moorhead comes in motion to the near side. First and goal, toss. Peyton sweeping left, makes the turn to the 5. Peyton is stacked up and driven down. Good penetration by the New England defense as Peyton was tripped up near the 10 and dove down to the 5-yard line, but lost some yardage on the play. Andre Tippett, Ronnie Lippett. They mark it at the 6-yard line where the pileup occurred. So it is a loss for the Bears of 3 yards and a second down and goal to go from the New England 6.
And the refrigerator has reported he is a legal receiver.
Jim McMahon has his team huddled up now. Second down and goal to go, 6-yard line of the New England Patriots. Peyton and Perry, the backfield tandem. Emery Moorhead on the wing left side for Chicago. The running backs are split, and Moorhead deployed in motion to the right. Toss Perry, sweeping right. Perry stops, looks to throw, now turns upfield. He's inside the 10, got back to the 6-yard line.
He was going to throw it. Right, and Emery Moorhead looked like he was open for a minute.
And now some fisticuffs involving William Perry, and it looked to be Garen Barris. Larry McGrew, Ben Thomas, the principal defenders on the tackle, along with Barris, who carried the play beyond completion. Barry is really fired up. Somebody really got his goat.
There's a good human interest story. Garen Barris last year was a part of the security at Stanford Stadium. This year he's playing in the Super Bowl.
Third down, goal to go for the New England 6-yard line for the Chicago Bears. Now Jim McMahon has his team huddled up. And here they are to the line of scrimmage. McKinnon wide to the right side. Willie Gault out to the left. Split backfield for Chicago. In motion, Calvin Thomas to the near side. Faking the handoff. McMahon looks to feed, but upside going for Calvin Thomas, who was open, but the pass is incomplete. McMahon was hit as he threw. He was hit hard by one of the quickest defensive linemen in the National Football League, 37-year-old Julius Adams. The pass wobbled incomplete. Calvin Thomas almost caught up with it at the goal line.
Right, he was open. It just hung up in the air, and it was a little too short.
Good play by Jim McMahon and even getting the ball off. Right. With Julius Adams breathing right down his face.
They'll spot this field goal attempt out of the 14-yard line, 10 of the end zone. Makes for a 24-yard field goal attempt. The angle to the right side. out of the hold of Steve Fuller. This to put the Bears on top. Jay Hilgenberg on the snap. Fuller with the arm extended. Here's the snap, placed and booted by Butler. It rises to the uprights. It is good!
All right.
The Bears, for the first time at Super Bowl 20, have taken the lead with 1:26 to go. First period of play. Chicago 6, New England 3.
You know, it's Hap. What the hell? Oh, I thought that was a flag. There's some guys out there cleaning up. I guess they're throwing things on the field.
So Butler's 24-yard field goal, earlier a 28-yard field goal, put Chicago on top. And with a break in the action, let's take a 10-second timeout on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Nova, the brightest new star from Chevrolet. It's the best of both worlds. See it today at your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers.
Wayne Larrivee, Jim Hart, and Dick Butkus. 6-3, the Bears leading the Patriots. 1:26 left to go. First period of play. A 7-yard drive following the fumble by the New England Patriots, setting up Chicago in good field position inside the New England 15-yard line. As we mentioned earlier, Lynn Dawson, a ruptured tendon in his left knee, will not return. The New England tight end injured on the second play from scrimmage in the ball game. First play from scrimmage for the New England Patriots following a Walter Payton fumble. Now Butler kicking from right to left, and here is the boot, end over end, floating toward the far side, and it's Stephen Starring from the 5, cutting right to the 10 to the 15, and Starring is hit by Jim Morrissey and driven down. Jim Morrissey, who wears number 51, the 11th round draft choice out of Michigan State, made the coverage. 13-yard return, and New England will take it on a 1st and 10. They mark the football out of the 18-yard line.
Getting back to that option play by Perry, I thought he showed good judgment. It looked like Emory Moorhead was open for a minute, and the defensive back reacted, and that's when Perry was like pumping, and he decided to hold on to it. You know, sometimes you think a rookie would try to, feed it in there or drill it in there, but he used good judgment in holding it.
Now the New England Patriots with a split backfield. Now here's the toss to Craig James on first down, rolling the left side. James is hit, toss up the football. The Bears have recovered. Chicago football. James lost the handle as he was hit.
Take that.
Stripped to the ball, and the Bears have recovered.
Now we got to get to 7. Come on.
Inside the New England 15 once again. Mike Singletary at the bottom of the pile. Finally, let's go with the football, and the official places it down. 13-yard line, exactly where the previous drive began.
And we better come up with 7 this time. Can't let them just take 3. Richard Dent
made the hit that separated the ball carrier from the football.
You know, he was in there so quick that it's like he grabbed the, he didn't make the solid type tackle. He with his arm spun him around, and actually he didn't grab the ball. James just dropped it.
Dennis McKinnon wide right. Willie Gault out to the left side. Running back shift to the backfield. Matt Suey and Walter Payton. Jim McMahon looks over the defense. Ducks in under his center. Jay Hilgenberg deploys Payton in motion to the right side. McMahon hands it off to Suey, slanting toward the middle. Suey diving down to the 11-yard line. Larry McGrew in from the linebacking core, responding for the New England Patriots. The principal defender on that play, Julius Adams. As I mentioned, 37 years old. They still feel he's one of the quickest defensive ends in the league. Gain of 2, second down and 8 yards to go for the Chicago Bears at the New England 11-yard line. 6-3, Bears on top. Final minute of play. 40 seconds left to go. First period of Super Bowl 20. Dennis McKinnon split right. Willie Gault out to the left side. Suey and Payton in a wide pro set formation for Chicago. Jim McMahon again deploys his running back, Walter Payton, and moves to the right side. Patriots, it appeared, jumped off sides, tossed to Suey. Tackles, touchdown!
Offside defense, no problem.
The Bears on the board, a penalty marker down, but it's going to be a Chicago touchdown. Patriots offside. 11-yard touchdown run.
It's interesting, the 2 key rushers of this game with all the pregame hype. Walter Payton fumbles, leads to 3 points for the Pats. James, their star running back, and he fumbles and just costs 7.
And Eason fumbles the other time and costs 3 points.
That's right. Well, the turnovers, it's very important. Of course, they've been all year, but
the hype was that New England was the team that had the knack for creating the turnover. Everyone forgot the Bears led the National Football League in turnover differential this year. Now Now Kevin Butler for the point after. A two-play, 13-yard drive. Here's the snap. The placement made. The kick is up, and it is good. So the Chicago Bears, with 23 seconds left to go, first period, have stormed to 13 unanswered points and lead the New England Patriots 13-3. The break in the action. Let's take a 10-second timeout of the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Amoco, home of quality gasolines, motor oil, and car care specialists. Trust Amoco. Your car knows.
Following a fumble recovery by Mike Singletary at the New England 13, Matt Suhey, 2 plays later, takes it into the end zone. And the Chicago Bears lead it by the score of 13-3.
Tell you, Matt did a good job. I guess he wanted to go out kind of wide on that play, but offensive lineman there, over all the guys did a great job. He just cut back up in there.
You know what happens so often, especially on the defense, when somebody goes offside, you know there's a penalty. They seem to relax just a little bit. For some reason, like everyone thinks, well, it's going to be on the Bears defensively. They're wishing it's going to be on the Bears, so things just let up a little bit, and all of a sudden, Matt takes it in almost unmolested.
Kevin Butler to restart the game, kicking from right to left, and he gets into this one, kind of a short kick, but sailing toward the far side, and making the catch on a step and starring down the left sidelines across the 20, and he's forced out of real estate near the 24-yard line. Good coverage by the Bears, Reggie Phillips, who forced him out of bounds to the far side. First down, New England Patriots. They'll start at their 24-yard line following a 13-yard return.
Last 2 kickoffs, it was good coverage. Guys are really getting down there and doing a job.
15 seconds left to go. First period of play, 13-3. Bears leading the Patriots. Stanley Morgan, Stephen Starring, both out to the right side. The one factor New England could not afford was to fall behind early, and they have. Handoff to Craig James, bursting off left tackle. James is pulled down across the 25 by William Perry near the 27-yard line. Perry, the number 1 draft choice out of Clemson, of course, much talked about and covered in the media. Gain of 3 for the New England Patriots. It is a second down and 7 yards to go when we resume, and that'll be in the second period of play. End of 1 period complete. Bears 13, Patriots 3 on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Hi, this is Joe Theismann of the Washington Redskins. My daughter Amy and I are down on the mall with some youngsters from the Kingman Boys and Girls Club of Washington. United Way supports clubs like this one all over America because they believe, as I do, that our children are our greatest possession. A couple of years ago, we nearly lost Amy due to a heart condition. I was fortunate. We had the finest doctors and the best surgeons. But there are millions of children in our country who aren't so lucky. They live in the terrible grip of poverty, with little hope of ever getting out. That's why I do everything I can to help young people. Clubs like this one do more than teach youngsters how to play games. They nourish the minds and the hearts of the children. That's why United Way works here. And thanks to you, it works for all of us, the United Way.
Know your Bears. An inside look at your 1986 Chicago Bears. Team President Michael McCaskey is the man behind the scenes who makes it happen. McCaskey is one of the most respected top executives in the sporting world. He's a native of Des Plaines and attended Yale, where he studied philosophy and psychology and was a wide receiver on the football team. That's Michael McCaskey. A credit to Chicago and to the Chicago Bears organization.
You speak about so many factors leading into a Super Bowl. What are the keys? Well, time of possession is one of them, and that's been a key statistic for both of these two teams throughout the regular season and the postseason especially. Time of possession of the first period for the Bears, 12:07. For the Patriots, 2:53. Unbelievable. And New England, 3 rushing attempts, minus 2 yards. They're 0 for 5 of the passing department. 2 sacks for the Bears, minus 17 yards. 8 plays, the Patriots have lost 19 yards in 1 period of football.
You have to wonder how long Raymond Berry's going to go with Tony Eason.
That's a good question.
One thing Steve Drogan can provide, and that's the element of the big play. High formation backfield for the New England Patriots, and faking the handoff. Eason looks to deal, hit as he throws the right side, and the pass knocked down by Mike Richardson, incomplete. Intended on the far side for Stanley Morgan up near the 40-yard line, and Richardson showing great recovery speed, stepped in front to knock it away. Steve McMichael put the pressure on the defensive line.
I see Richard Dent go right to the referee. I guess the offensive linemen are doing a good job of holding.
Third down to England Patriots now, 7 yards to go. Third and 7.
That was a heck of a reaction there. For a minute there, the guy was wide open, and Richardson came out of nowhere.
From the 27-yard line for the New England Patriots in their own territory. Bears are leading at 13-3. Shotgun formation for the Patriots. Receivers draped to the right and left sides. A high snap. Eason hands it off. To the running back, Greg Hawthorne, and he's driven down. A loss of yardage back inside the 25 near the 23-yard line. Dan Hampton on his back rode him down. That didn't fool anybody.
I'm glad to see Dan. Well, I mean, the things that he's playing with, the injuries and everything, he just flat out beat his man, and his man was still blocking him, and Dan just smothered the ball carrier.
There were more Bear defenders in the backfield than there were Patriots.
Hawthorne came from the wing on the near side, trying to circle around to the right, and Hampton dropped him for a 4-yard loss. Now it is fourth down to England, and 11 yards to go, back to the 23-yard line. Rich Camarillo on at punt formation. Here's the snap. Camarillo moves forward, gets it away. A beautiful spiral. Carrying pretty much straight on. Ortego from the 30. He's to the 35. Cuts left. He's to the 40 and covered up near the 41-yard line. Providing the hits defensively for the New England special teams, Greg Hawthorne, who was just dropped for that 4-yard loss that ended the New England drive, along with Ed Reynolds. So the Bears will get it in good field position. 48-yard punt, 10-yard return. And Chicago just short of the 41-yard line. Territory. Puts it in play. 13-3. Bears over the Patriots. Early, second, third. On WGN Chicago Bears. Good work.
There's no better way. Dexton with the right equipment. And True Value Hardware Store, exclusive brand of quality master mechanic tools and accessories to suit the needs of the professional or the hobbyist. Hi, Pat Summerall to say the ideal way to take tools from one work site to another is with the Master Mechanic 19-inch hip roof toolbox for only $13.99 from True Value Hardware Stores. This sturdy steel box features a full-length piano hinge and a heavy nickel-plated draw bolt with padlock eye to keep the tools in place. Plus, the roomy hip roof design and tote tray let you organize a wide assortment of tools. And for storing small accessories neatly in the workshop, get their Master Mechanic 15-drawer organization station for just $7.99. It's available exclusively at participating True Value Hardware Stores and home centers. While you're there, be sure to pick up an application for a True Value charge card, good at thousands of participating True Value Hardware stores nationwide. Ask your dealer for details. And tell them Pat Summerall sent you.
Amico presents the Amico Sports Profile.
We're here with Jeff, the great Garant, famous French-Canadian hockey player. Jeff?
Hello.
Who are your idols?
Charles de Gaulle, Napoleon, and Bob, my dentist.
Fantastic. What keeps you going?
Amico Premium Electric Gasoline.
Great gasoline for the great Garant.
Oh, you can say that again.
Who's your favorite character in a play?
Puck in the Midsummer Night's Dream.
Predictable. And where do you go to relax?
Oh, the penalty box, huh?
Amazing. What's your biggest obstacle?
Oh, the ice, huh? It's very slippery, huh? When I go out there, it's very dangerous.
Your condos.
Almost a minute into the second period of play. The Bears leading 13-3. In the first period, the Bears offense, 10 running plays, gained just 15 yards. 3 of 7 through the air for Jim McMahon, 70 yards. Total offense, 85 yards on 13 plays. They're not exactly dismantling the Patriot defense, but on the other hand, you take a look at the numbers the Chicago defense has put on the board, and you can easily see why the Bears at the moment are in the driver's seat, leading 13-3. Walter Payton, the lone setback. Calvin Thomas on the wing right side. Now they shift. Moorhead to the wing left side. Pulled in tight on the offensive line. And Thomas rejoins Payton in the backfield. Galt in motion to the near side from the 41 to 1st and 10 for Jim McMahon and company. And McMahon takes, hands it off. Calvin Thomas sweeping left. Thomas is hit by Steve Nelson across the 40 out to the 42-yard line. Looked to be a gain of about a yard. Steve Nelson leading the charge. Larry McGrew, the inside linebacker, along with Nelson, also in on that play. Gain of a yard. It's a second down and 9 yards to go coming up for the Chicago Bears offense from the Chicago 42. 13:35 left to go, first half of play. The Bear defensive effort thus far has been nothing short of awesome. McKinnon wide to the right side. Willie Gault split to the left. Running backs are split wide on the second down call for Jim McMahon, and he retreats to the pocket. McMahon wings it over the middle, hits Calvin Thomas across the 45 of the 46, and he's shoved back on the play. Larry McGrew and Andre Tippett responded with cat-like quickness in the linebacking core of the New England Patriots. A gain of 4 on that play, and it leaves a third down and 5 yards to go for the Chicago Bears. The football resting at the Chicago 46.
Really, the New England Patriot defense has really played very well today. They've held the Bears once inside the 10-yard line. They held them to 3 points, and that's what you ask them to do. It's their offense that put them in bad field position every time.
McKinnon and Marjoram both out to the left side. Willie Gault, Dennis Gentry split to the right. Third down for Chicago, about 5 yards to go from the 46. Now here's the snap to McMahon, hands it off to Gentry on the end around, sweeping left, makes the turn, 45 to the 50, and pulls his way for the first down on the far side, inside New England territory, down to the 46-yard line. Dennis Gentry running hard with the power of a fullback, picks up the first down to the 46, and Raymond Claiborne makes the tackle. 8-yard gain to a Chicago first down.
That was kind of innovative. I've not seen that before. Man in motion, flanker in motion, actually, coming from the slot position in the shotgun, and then taking the ball. We've seen that play, but not with Gentry coming in motion like that.
I was wondering why he was I thought he was going to take the snap or something, because he was running back instead of parallel.
The old single wing type, I think.
Henry Moorhead, tight end, moves in motion and sets himself at the line left side. Double tight ends for the Bears. Willie Gault alone, wide receiver, in motion to the near side. Split backfield on first down. McMahon back to throw. Swings it right. Hits Willie Gault. Sidesteps a defender inside the 40, and he's covered up at the 39-yard line. Got by the all-pro Raymond Claiborne near the 43-yard line, and then ducked inside the 40 to the 39 where Ronnie Lefette made the tackle. 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3. Boy, Willie Gault has been a big man in Bear plans here today.
Well, he's really running his pattern sharp. I mean, he's making his cuts real neat, and McMahon is he's on the money with him.
Should be pointed out, Willie Gault had his best game ever as a pro, caught his first 3 touchdown passes in this building back in his rookie season against the New Orleans Saints. Now Willie Gault wide left, Dennis McKinnon out to the right side, split backfield, in motion to the left side of Suey, and McMahon rolling right, looks downfield, plenty of time, swings the left side, Suey is open, takes the catch, out of bounds at the 16-yard line of the New England Patriots. Raymond Claiborne came back to make the play, and Dick Butkus, that coverage downfield. Rod Ross defense, the New England defensive coordinator, they like to play a lot of zones back there, and they will lay off you. They'll let you make the pass underneath, but that one picks up enough for the first down on a 24-yard gain.
Well, you know, their defensive coordinator is Jimmy Carr. He came to the Bears when I was with the Bears. He's strictly a zone guy. He's a Minnesota Vikings zone man. The thing about it is when the ball's up in the air a lot, that gives you defensive time, plenty of time to get to the ball. But and this pass was thrown completely across the way, and Suey still was able to make the catch.
Slot to the left side of the wide receivers at a first down, Chicago. 16-yard line of New England. Here's the handoff. Matt Suey bursting off right tackle, spinning inside the 10, and picks up yardage down to the 8-yard line. Fred Marion and Don Blackman made the stop on the play. 7-yard gain, and the Bears are beginning to thrash the New England defense in every way.
Now, there was a couple missed tackles. Now, sometimes you get carried away with this stealing the ball and ripping it out, and sometimes you forget to make the tackle and let the second man come in and go for the ball.
Now the Bears facing a second down, 3 yards to go. 7-yard line of the New England Patriots. Bears are leading 13-3, 9:40 left to go. Second period of play. Patriots reach the board first. The Bears have scored 13 unanswered points, and they're asking for more. Perhaps demanding is a better word for it. Here's the toss, Suey. Sweeping left, makes the turn into a crowd of red shirts, and down he goes. May have gotten a yard or two. Inside the 10, down to about the 7 or 6-yard line, depending on the spot of the ball. Looked to be a gain of 1 as they mark it out of the 7-yard line. Darren Barris out in front of the play, and as Jim Hart mentioned, he was working as a security guard on the ABC crew. He was guarding one of the cameramen out at Stanford Stadium last year in the Super Bowl, and here he's a participant a year later.
Interesting to note here how the Bears are giving the ball to Matt Suey and letting Walter Payton being the interference. They're giving it to the guy who's got the hot hand.
From the 7-yard line on a third down. About 2 yards to go for the Chicago Bears. In New England territory. Slot left, running backs are split. Jim McMahon looks over the defense. McKinnon comes in motion to the near side. Handoff Suey. Quick hitter up the middle. Breaks forward, and he appears to have the first down inside the 5 near the 4-yard line. Again, he was hit, it appeared, at the line of scrimmage by Garen Veras, but broke the tackle and picked up the first down. Garen Veras gets credit for the tackle, but he was unable to deny Matt Suey a first and goal just inside the New England 5.
Patriots up to this point, they were doing a pretty good job on the runs, but now they seem to be just, a step late, a missed tackle here, and, that might be them, but you got to give credit to the Bears offensive line. They're really crisp and everything else, because when you try to run a sweep against the Patriots, you got some pretty good corner linebackers out there that you got to contend with.
Jim McMahon wants a timeout as the Bears get set to go on this first down and goal to go just inside the New England 5-yard line. 13-3. Bears over the Patriots. 8:07 left to go. First half of play on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
On the walls of a cave near Lascaux in southern France are some crude but remarkably sensitive paintings. Paintings which show animals that disappeared from Europe 10,000 years ago. The people who made the paintings also disappeared, leaving few traces of their civilization behind. There is almost nothing on Earth, including the Earth itself, which has remained the way it was. One exception is water. Water, stored deep in stone caverns below the ground, will stay in its perfect, pure, natural state for tens of thousands of years. To make our old-style beer, the House of Heilemann brews only with water of a purity and freshness that can no longer be found on the surface of the earth. To end with perfection, we begin with perfection. Heilemann's old-style beer, brewed with water from when the earth was pure. G. Heilemann Brewing Company, La Crosse, Wisconsin.
At Computerland of Elmhurst, you'll discover 2 important reasons to buy an AT&T personal computer for your small business. The reasons? Today and tomorrow. You see, the AT&T PC6300 is designed to meet all your computer needs today. It offers speed, superior built-in capabilities, plus enhancements for simultaneous voice and data transmission. In addition, AT&T computers are the computers with a future built in. With 7 expansion slots, you can add more power, more speed, and more storage. You'll find the AT&T PCs at Computerland of Elmhurst.
Bears on this drive that started at the Chicago 41, coming up the 9th play of the drive, and it's a first and goal just inside the New England 5-yard line. 8:07 left to go, first half of play. A first half that has been dominated by Chicago defense, but now the offense beginning to assert itself with a good drive. Jim McMahon left the huddle now, sends his troops up to the line of scrimmage. Ducks in under his center, Jay Hilgenberg. Peyton Malone set back now. He's joined by Matt Suey. They form an I formation. McKinnon wide right, Galt out to the left side. McMahon on a long count at the line. Moorhead in motion to the near side. Here's the handoff. Peyton bursting up toward the middle, and he cuts inside the 5 down to about the 3-yard line. It looked to be a gain of a couple of yards for Walter Payton. Mid-portion of that Patriot defense responding defensively. Garen Veras in on that tackle for New England.
Did you guys notice that Jim McMahon is changing his headbands with different messages on it? Dave Ennett pointed that out. I guess he's saying, as Dave pointed out, if this is going to cause such controversy and everyone's going to pay so much attention, he's going to put some things on there that mean something. He's got one out that says POWMIA right now.
Walter Payton and William Perry, the backfield tandem now, out of second down and goal to go.
No.
Just inside the 2-yard line, and Jim wants a timeout here. Timeout taken by the Bears. So a break of the action, and McMahon will head back to the sidelines.
I guess Andy Frederick is still, not, his knee must not be well, because Stephen Humphreys has come in now, and he's replaced Andy Frederick, who normally lines up as the right tight end.
Well, that stands to reason. If Andy did twist his knee a little bit, it's going to start tightening up as the day goes on.
So they brought in the Refridge and Humphrey.
They've got some beef out there, don't they? My goodness.
And Tim Reitman's in there now. So
and they've got Walter Payton in there, too. I imagine I'd like to be Walter and run behind that beef into the end zone. Got a break to the action, 13-3. Bears over the Patriots, 7:28 left to go. And this the first half, and with the break to the action, let's take a 10-second timeout on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Hey, Bear fans, don't even think of the Bears without Browns. And when you can't get to the game, pick up some Browns chicken to let the game come to you on WGN Radio, 720 Chicago.
Wayne Larrivee, Jim Hart, and Dick Butkus. First half of play. Bears in command and asking for more. Second down and goal to go Chicago. The football just inside the 3-yard line of the New England Patriots.
I just hope Perry and Humphreys and Culver, Van Horn all don't hit the ground at the same time because we're in bayou country. And you know what? Something might start squirting up around here because we're like built on swamps around this area. So let's do it like a typewriter, boys. Everybody throw their blocks, but not at the same time. What do you call for here, Jim? What's the deal?
Oh, I go play action here. Play action. Yeah.
William Perry, Walter Payton in a split backfield. Moorhead on the wing right side. Humphreys tight end right side. Jim McMahon deploys Moorhead in motion to the left. Now McMahon fakes the handoff, rolls.
Touchdown. All right. Follow Perry, and there was no one for Perry to knock over, so... Oh, now some guy tripped Perry running off the field. Some of these people are reminding me of the Detroit game and the Packer game with some of the little antics they're pulling.
So the Chicago Bears extend their lead to 19-3 over the New England Patriots with 7:24 to go in the first half.
That was an innovative play, too. Yep. Jim McMahon comes down the line of scrimmage, much like the old option play, but there's no option back. Well, yes, there is, too. Walter Payton is coming in the opposite position, so Jim has the option to either duck up or pitch it back to Walter.
Then play 59-yard drive. Took 6 minutes and 25 seconds off the clock. Talk about time of possession right there. Butler adds the point after, and the Bears have a 20-3 lead over the New England Patriots, and we've still got better than 7 minutes left to go in the first half. And again, we get some more pushing and shoving, some extracurricular activity on the field. A lot of bad blood out there this afternoon, it appears, between these two football teams. Bears 20, Patriots 3 on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
If you've been waiting for the opportunity to save big on a new car or truck, wait no more. Chevrolet announces low 7.9 annual percentage rate financing on some of America's most popular cars and trucks. It's a limited time financing rate offer through GMAC, and it can save you hundreds of dollars in financing charges. Save on new Chevy Cavaliers, Chevy Novas, and 4-cylinder Chevy Celebrities. Save hundreds on top new C10 and K10 full-size pickups, on sporty Chevy El Caminos. Save on the cars and trucks Americans preferred most in 1985. And your Chevy dealer has them in stock now. But hurry, you must take actual retail delivery out of dealer stock by February 22nd. Dealer financial participation may affect consumer cost. See your participating dealer for qualification details and get low 7.9% financing on the car or truck you want now.
Bear fans, get a free Black and Blues Brothers poster and 7.9% financing at your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers.
I just flew 20,000 miles on your airline.
Congratulations, sir. Have a nice day.
I want a free trip.
You qualify for a first-class upgrade.
Read my lips. Free trip.
If you purchase a ticket...
20,000 miles. I've earned a free trip.
We'll let your wife fly free.
I'll wear a dress.
He should have flown Republic Airlines. Republic awards a free trip after 20,000 miles, the lowest mileage requirement of any major airline's frequent flyer program.
We make you feel like flying.
It is 20-3, Chicago Bears over the New England Patriots. 7:24 left to go in the first half of play. Kevin Butler is set to resume the game, kicking from left to right. Dropping back deep, Stephen Starring, the principal deep receiver. Cedric Jones on the near side. Of the far side, Greg Hawthorne on the upbacks. Kevin Butler set to return the football to the New England Patriots. Here's the approach and the kick by Butler. A high end-over-end boot, sailing toward the near side. Starring from the 9, straight ahead of the 15, 20, sidesteps the defender, cutting right 25, and he's driven down. Across the 25 near the 29-yard line, Ron Rivera with a textbook ankle tackle. 19-yard return, and the Patriots started their 29. I'll tell you, this crowd is all Chicago. I mean, it's incredible.
Well, Wayne, the big question now, or the big decision, when are they going to bring in Grogan? Now, he's got his baseball cap, and he's on the sidelines, so I don't know. I don't think before halftime.
Grogan Grogan hasn't taken a snap in a game since November, but they've got to do something. Tony Eason ducks in under his center. Pete Brock, offset I formation to the backfield now. Here's the handoff to Craig James. Throws his way off left guard, and he's cut down. The Fridge with the penetration. Richard Dent also on the bottom of that tackle. William Perry, the principal defender. And it looked to be a gain of virtually nothing. No gain. So a second down and 10. Boy, they have really stuffed the run.
Williams playing a heck of a game. He's playing across a guy who they claim probably is the best guard that ever played the game, and John Hanna. He's doing a pretty good job.
So what does that make William Perry?
He's doing his job. I tell you, he's fired up.
You're right. High formation backfield, second and 10. Toss Collins, sweeping right. Oh, hit by Wilburn. Marshall. Third down and 12 from the 27-yard line. Shotgun formation, snap to Eason. The rush is on. Nowhere to go. Back at the 16-yard line. Third sack of the day.
He's looking now for the rush. He's not paying attention to people downfield.
Right. We've been saying that all along. Even though the Bear defense doesn't get to you, remember how so many quarterbacks are throwing the ball and everything? Now he's taking his drop back, plants, and now he's looking, where do I go? Where can I duck?
He's looking for a place to go down because he knows he's going to get trapped.
Otis Wilson and Steve McMichael cover him up for an 11-yard loss. It's fourth down.
This is like September.
No, the Patriots were a little better than this in September. Camarillo and punt formation. Back near his end zone. It is 4th and 23 for the Patriots. From the 16-yard line, the snap from Guy Morris. Camarillo gets into it. A wobbly type kick. A fair catch signal made by Ortego. Reverse. He hands it off to Frazier, who cuts to his left across the 50. And Frazier is covered up near the 47-yard line. Frazier got down to the 46, a penalty marker down because he did make the way for the fair catch signal, and at that point, you must make the fair catch and stay where you catch the football. And that time, he came upfield a step or two, handed off to Les Frazier, took it around the left side.
You know what happened? The last punt I noticed when the pass punted to us, they really didn't have people downfield that quick. And what that means is on this time we tried a little reverse, which gives us time. When people don't get down there and covering the punt, it gives time to do some of that trick stuff. Oh boy, Les Frazier
is
down to the field.
Working on his left knee too.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he would signal for a fair catch when he knew what was happening. He's going to have a good time, good run back.
He put it up real quick and took it down, and I guess he was hoping the official didn't see it.
I'm just wondering if he wasn't signaling to Frazier because it was like almost a salute kind of thing, like saying, "Okay, let's do it," or I don't know.
Well, I tell you, as Frazier was sandwiched on the play, that ball popped loose. The Bears did recover, but they'll be penalized now to start this drive back to their own territory. Les Frazier really got hammered, didn't he?
What a great play, though. How many times have we used the word innovative today? I mean, the Bears are just doing some wild things, and it's neat. If only we could have had William Perry complete that ball down there when he could fake the pass.
That's about the only thing he hasn't done, right?
That's right.
Throw a football.
And what a time to do it. Hey, the score is just 3-3 at that point, right?
So this drive will start for the Bears from their 42-yard line off the penalty. And again, they're still working on Les Frazier. So that would mean that either Ken Taylor or probably Reggie Phillips would have to come into play in the defensive secondary for the Bears. Phillips, both are rookies. Taylor, a free agent. Reggie Phillips, second-round draft choice, but obviously both green around the ears. And I would think that New England soon will go to Steve Grogan. The thing he does provide is that he makes the big play. He goes downfield with a passing attack. He'll try to exploit the secondary with the deep ball to his quick wide receivers, Irving Fryer and Stephen Starring. Now they're helping Frazier off the field. And the other factor about Grogan is that he calls his own plays. Eason gets help from the side.
That was a big deal during that one or during the 6-game win streak that they had. That Raymond Berry thought he learned something from Grogan by letting him call the plays, and in turn, Tony Eason also learned something by it. But
tell you, I don't care who's calling the plays, buddy. You got to have that protection.
Buddy Ryan on the sidelines, pacing a bit, now facing the prospect of starting a rookie in that secondary when the Bears go on defense again. First and 10 for Chicago's offense. 42-yard line, Bears territory. Peyton, the tail of the tandem. Suey, the fullback of the I formation. Galt left, McKinnon right. Here is the toss. Peyton, Walter rolling left, makes the turn, makes a head fake, turns corner to the 40 to the 45, and he steps out of bounds across the 46. Made something out of absolutely nothing as the Patriots strung the play out very well. But Peyton, with that good little quick step off the left side of the stutter step, he picks up about 4 yards. Second down at 6 coming up. Don Blackman finally chased him out of the far side.
Blackman's a fine linebacker, and he had Walter dead to rights, and Walter still gains 5-6 yards.
Blackman plays in the shadow of Andre Tippett, but Don Blackman may be very close to being as good as Andre Tippett. Galt to the left side, and to the right side, Dennis McKinnon. Running backs are split wide now on a second down call for Jim McMahon. Peyton deployed in motion to the near side. McMahon takes, hands it off to Suey, slanting the left side. Suey fumbles the football. It's rolling free at the 45, and the Patriots have recovered. New England football near the 46-yard line. Steve Nelson knocked the ball loose. And the Patriots recovered downfield near the 46. Looked to be Raymond Claiborne who recovered the football. So the New England defense forces another turnover.
Ken Taylor's in.
And Raymond Claiborne able to pick up.
Steve Grogan's in the ballgame. Oh, he didn't even warm up. Well, I tell you what, I was watching the sidelines, and Barry was talking to Eason, and Eason was like with a blank stare on his head, like, "Hey, get me out of this." But he didn't even get a chance to warm up, didn't throw a ball.
Steve Grogan is on from the 46 of New England. The Patriots on a first and 10. Split backfield receivers right and left, and Grogan swings the left side of the ball, batted in the air by Richard Dent, and it falls incomplete. Batted high in the air by the defensive end, Richard Dent. Welcome to the Super Bowl, Mr. Grogan. Again, the sacked man pays a call.
What do you suppose is going through their minds? Do you think it's possible that they didn't want the Bears to know that Grogan was going in the ballgame? But why would they
be part of it?
Why would they sacrifice him warming up?
I'm telling you,
I've
seen him on the sideline, Barry talking to Eason, and Eason was just like dumb. I mean, just staring into the ground. And Barry was like talking to him, and he just walked away.
Starring right, Morgan to the left side. Running backs are split behind Grogan out of second and 10 from the 46. Grogan backpedals, the rush is on. Grogan rolls right, he throws it over the right side. He's got Collins at the 50, and Collins is wrapped up on the play. In to make the tackle, Double D, Dave Dorson out of Notre Dame, and short of a first down to the Patriots, a gain of 8. It'll be a 3rd and 2, New England in Chicago territory now at the 46-yard line.
First pass completion?
That is the first pass completion of the game for the New England Patriots. Been a nightmarish first half for New England. 4:29 left to go, first half. Bears are leading 20-3. Shotgun formation for Grogan. Slot to the left side of the wide receivers. Stanley Morgan is split to the right. The snap to Grogan, bobbled for a moment, hit by Dent, swings it left, hits Craig James, spins by Singletary to the 45-40. He's covered up right down that 40-yard line. First down, New England Patriots. Gary Fensick, William Perry made the stop.
But William Perry almost. Mike Singletary was getting ready to get on the pile, and Richard Perry came in and really knocked Mike Singletary. He might have been out for a couple of seconds.
Singletary down to the turf near the 38-yard line. The Patriots have a first down at the Chicago 40.
Yeah, I think he's down because his neck is bent way down, like, his chin almost went through his chest, and he's still down. He moved his legs, but there he goes. He's getting up now. But he took a shot from William Perry because he was really moving.
Bears 20, Patriots 3 with 4:06 left to go, first half of play. And Mike Singletary up trying to convince the Bears team physician that he's all right. Wants to stay in the ball game. With a break in the action, let's take a 10-second timeout of the Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Before you paint, fill holes fast with Red Devil Lightweight Spackling Compound. A half pint is just 88 cents at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers.
The first down of the ball game for the New England offense comes with 4:06 left to be played in the first half. Is that incredible or what?
Certainly is.
Singletary's all right. He's got to leave the game for one play, but he just said a few words with the old fist up to his teammates there. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Where are they going to go? From the 40, first down for the New England Patriots in Chicago territory. I believe this is the first time the Patriots have been in Bears territory since the opening drive, since they got the fumble recovery near the 19 on the first Bears drive of the game. Singletary, you're right. When the trainer and they stop the game and the trainer comes out along with the doctor, he must exit for at least one play.
Interesting how Taylor's going to do here. Is that Phillips in there?
Reggie Phillips is in there, yeah, the cornerback spot.
And I noticed they're bringing Fryer out to that side a couple times last two plays, so it's going to be well, that must be a great feeling. I mean, Perry, okay, he's been playing a lot, but to get in this game as a rookie must be great. Some people play for years, 20 years like Jim, and never get here.
Starring out to the left side, Morgan split to the right, running backs at a pro set formation. Grogan has him down and set on a first down. Blitz is on, handoff Collins, slanting off right tackle Collins inside the 40, and he's got yardage down to about the 38-yard line. Looked to be a gain of 2 to 3 yards. Tackle completed by linebacker Brian Cabral with help from Dan Hampton. And now Cabral leaves, and Singletary comes back on. Gain on that play of 3. Second and 7 New England. They mark it at the 37-yard line, just inside the 38. Starring split right. Morgan out to the left side. Morgan, the crafty veteran, great speed still. Richard Dent lined up at the defensive end position, way off the line of the near side, and Grogan back to throw. The rush is on. Grogan swings the right side over. Shot his intended receiver. The tight end, Derek Ramsey, on the far side of the 35-yard line, and Ramsey gave an elbow to Wilbur Marshall as both raced out of bounds. Dan Hampton with the pass rush pressure. The Grogan forced off the mark on that play with the pass. Les Frazier, an injured knee, may return, so perhaps not as bad as it appeared.
Grogan may be leading his team, but I'm telling you, he's paying the price. Every time he throws the ball, they are knocking him silly.
The football just inside the 38-yard line of Chicago, near the 37. 20 to 3, Bears on top, 3:10 to go, first half of play. Starring out to the left side of the Irving Fryer. Morgan wide right, Grogan in a shotgun formation. It's third down, the snap to Grogan, the blitz on from Marshall. Grogan buried as he fires the right side, incomplete. Pass overthrown intended for Stanley Morgan down the right side, and the quarterback was buried. Wilbur Marshall, my goodness.
He's getting the ball off. Where, we don't know, but
I wonder if Pete Rozelle's going to find something to find Wilbur about on that play now.
So the Patriots forced to punt now. Line of scrimmage, 37-yard line of Chicago. It is a 4th down and 7. We've got 3:05 left to go in the first half.
Boy, he took 2 steps from a shotgun and was on his back.
Makes me glad I'm up here, I'll tell you that.
You could see Wilbur Marshall coming from Baton Rouge. My goodness, he was wide open on the play, untouched. Here's the snap to Camarillo. Shanks it off to the right side, and it floats out of bounds. I believe that's what he wanted to do, to try to hit the corner of the coffin. And let's see where they spot that football. The official coming up the sidelines. It appeared to go out near the 15. The official's coming up to the 20, and that's where it'll be placed down.
Right on the 20.
First and 10. 22-yard punt.
What are you suggesting?
Well, no, it was a great call.
Okay.
I was watching the ref all the time, and he had it right there, right on the 20.
So the Chicago Bear offense takes over. 2:58 left to go, first half, and again it's 20 to 3. Bears over the Patriots at Super Bowl 20. First and 10, Chicago. The Bear 20-yard line. Willie Galt wide to the left side. McKinnon is split to the right. Matsui, Walter Payton in a split backfield. Tim Reitman, the tight end, right side of the line. Jim McMahon hands it off to Walter Payton, slanting off left tackle. Payton out across the 25, stretching to the 27-yard line. Looked to be a gain of 7 for Walter Payton. In to make the tackle, Fred Marion, along with Ed Reynolds. Second down upcoming for the Chicago Bears. They spot the ball at the 26, give them a gain of 6 and a 2nd and 4. Coming up on the 2-minute warning of the first half. I bet the Patriots will be darn glad to get a break from this.
Where are we going to start, guys? Come on.
McKinnon is split to the left side. Willie Gault wide right. Split backfield behind Jim McMahon on a second down call from his 26. 2nd and 4. McMahon takes, hands it off to Walter. Bursts up the middle. First down across the 30. Out near the 33-yard line. Larry McGrew, Andre Tippett on the tackle for New England. 6-yard gain, and it's a first down. Coming up on the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to be played. First half, Super Bowl 20. Bears 20. Patriots 3 on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Okay, men, huddle up. Let's make this next play the quarterback option. Sweep right on Hutt. And Moose, if I pitch to you, don't drop the ball. You might be forced into early retirement.
I'm not worried about retirement. I have an Olympic Federal Liberty IRA. It gives me more freedom for my retirement and tax advantages today. An Olympic will pay 1/4% more interest over their already high rates. When you make an 85 or 86 IRA contribution, that's 1/4% more.
Moose, just don't drop the ball.
Ready? Set.
You may not be approaching retirement quite as quickly as Moose, but now's the time to take advantage of Olympic Federal's extra 1/4% more interest on IRA accounts to help your IRA grow faster and larger. Drop in any Olympic Federal office and get started. Offices throughout Illinois.
Amico presents the Amico Sports Profile.
We're talking to Olympic diver Dave Halfgainer Gold is now preparing to dive from the 50-meter platform.
Get me down from
Dave,
here.
what's your greatest fear?
Heights.
Amazing. Dave, pet peeves.
Synchronized swimming in chlorine.
Incredible. Dave, are you going for the gold?
The Gold Pump. Amico Premium Lead Free.
Quality gasoline. Who taught you how to swim?
I can't swim. I just died.
Of course. Favorite food?
Water chestnut.
Terrific. Show us your new dive.
I call it twist and shout.
Amico, your car knows.
Wayne Larrivee, Jim Hart, and Dick Butkus at the Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. Super Bowl 20, 20-3. Bears over the Patriots. 2 minutes left to go in this first half of play. And the Bears have it on a 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Bears right here may try some... I would think they'd want to get a few more points on the board. Keep that momentum moving their way. Go for command. It's obvious the Patriots are got their hands full dealing with the Chicago defense.
Go for play action. Try to hit Willie Gault down the far sideline.
And Willie Gault is deployed to the left side. Dennis McKinnon comes wide to the near side. Peyton and Suey in a pro set formation backfield. They are split behind Jim McMahon, who ducks in under his center. Jay Hilgenberg takes the snap, hands it off to Peyton. Bursting up the middle. Peyton struggling forward now. Out to about the 35-yard line. Gain of 3. And coming up for the Chicago Bears, second down at 7 yards to go. Larry McGrew made the tackle for the New England Patriots. Bears go without a huddle. Second down at 7. Running backs are split wide and taking the handoff. McMahon looks to deal. He floats to the left side. Tim Reitman out there. The pass overthrown, incomplete. Near the New England 43-yard line. Penalty marker thrown on the near side of the football field. That pass sailed incomplete to the far side. Larry McGrew had the coverage on the tight end Tim Reitman, but Tim had broken free.
I think they're going to call something on Lepet, maybe on Dennis McKinnon. He was the only one in the area. Maybe defensive holding.
Illegal hand. Number 42 on the defense. Still 7 out.
I hope you're still with us back home. We almost got blown out of the booth on that. My goodness.
First down.
So the Bears will have a first down now at the 40-yard line off the penalty.
I tell you, that Lippett, I told you before, this guy is like that Green Bay-Detroit game, just a cheap shot to the forehead to McKinnon.
You know, I tell you what, though, Dick, I think they came right out. They went after him. Willie Gault beat him a couple of times, and now he feels he's being picked on.
Right.
And obviously in the second quarter here, he's been doing a lot of that, as you've mentioned on a number of occasions. Now the Bears first down to the 40-yard line. McMahon straight back to throw. The blitz is on from Tippett. He flings the left side of the pass incomplete. Either Suey or Reitman on the far side. The ball sailed incomplete out of bounds in front of the Chicago bench near the New England 47. On Blackman on the coverage downfield. Tippett was coming hard from the near side of the blitz, and it'll be a 2nd and 10 for Chicago from the Bears' 40-yard line with a minute 30 left to go in a first half dominated by Chicago.
Looked like some bad communication on that part. Had two receivers in the area, and Jim just kind of threw it over the top of everybody.
Galt is deployed to the left side. Raymond Claiborne on him. To the near side, Dennis McKinnon draws the coverage of Ronnie Lippett. Split backfield, Chicago, 2nd and 10 from the Bears' 40-yard line. Jim McMahon takes the snap, sets up short, guns the right side of the ball, tipped incomplete. Deflected on the play by Andre Tippett, the outside linebacker. Pass intended into the near flat. Tim Reitman, Matt Suey, both in the area. 2nd down now. Make that 3rd down for Chicago. 10 yards to go. The ball to the Bears' 40-yard line. Minute 26 left to go in the half.
That would have been a nice gain, too. Tim Reitman was open in the flat, would have been able to get close to the first down yardage.
Two plays in a row. Tim Reitman's been wide open.
Yep.
Willie Galt deployed to the left side. Dennis Gentry in the slot left side. Marjoram and McKinnon both out to the right. Shotgun formation for the Bears. 3rd and 10 from the 40-yard line. McMahon looks over the defense. Snap from Jay Hilgenberg. McMahon on a deep drop, has time. Swings it over the middle. He's got his man cutting right out of bounds inside New England territory. Gentry on the reception, and he races out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A first down on a 14-yard pickup. Ernest Gibson, the nickelback, chased him out.
That was a blitz by the Patriots, too. Andre Tippett was blitzing up the middle, and the Bears just blotched up the middle. There was no place for anyone to go. Allowed Jimmy to get some extra time. There's that crossing pattern that we've been seeing the Patriots try. But Jim gets more protection than the Patriot quarterbacks have gotten.
From the 46 of New England, and we have 1 minute 19 seconds left to go in the first half. The Bears have one timeout remaining, I believe. Yes, just one timeout for Chicago. Shotgun formation, Jim McMahon. Gentry in motion to the left side. Hand off to Gentry. He starts up the middle, tries to slip a defender, and does. Inside the 45, he is hammered down near the 41-yard line. Roland James came in to make the hit, along with Garen Veris, and they made a sandwich out of Dennis Gentry. 5-yard gain, 2nd down and 5, 41-yard line to the New England Patriots. 57 seconds, time winding down. Final minute of play of the first half. Shotgun formation. Bears go without a huddle. The snap to Jim McMahon. Looks downfield, steps up. He throws it over the middle. David Marjoram at the New England 12-yard line.
Black shoes and all.
Timeout. Chicago Bears.
Number 3 for Chicago.
From the 12-yard line on a 29-yard pickup, it'll be first down for the Bears.
Maybe those black shoes are in honor of Raymond Berry.
For those of you who aren't watching on television, if you recall Johnny Unitas and the type of shoes he used to wear, that is what Kenny Marjoram came out in today. The most unusual footwear I've seen in years.
Actually, it looks like wrestling shoes.
Yeah, it really does.
I like his enthusiasm. I mean, as far as the offensive receiver goes, they kind of supposedly don't like to hit people, but when you're in Green Bay and it's cold, this is football weather, man. Coming from a California
That's something
guy.
for a California kid, right?
He gets fired up. It's good to see.
12-yard line, 1st and 10 Bears, 41 seconds left to go. The Bears are now out of timeouts, and they lead the Patriots 20-3.
This is where those timeouts due to the 30-second clock really take their toll.
All right, call the plays here, Jim, because the Bears have a situation now where they can go for the end zone, right? I mean, they're going to try to put it in the end zone first before settling for 3.
Oh, definitely. There's 41 seconds. There's a lot of time to throw, and they are going to throw. Although the Bears are just liable to run this first play. Just because everyone thinks they have to throw 3 times, they're liable to run it and try to hurry up play.
Do you expect they'd have two plays called now to settle?
Yes. Well, no, because I think, yes, if it's a run play, they'll have 2 calls.
Yeah, right. If it's a pass, they'll be able to throw it out of bounds or stop the clock some way.
Marjoram Ingram and McKinnon both out to the left side. Gentry and Galt split to the right on first down from the New England 12-yard line. Gentry in motion to the left side, handoff. Gentry drops the football, picks up and spins down to the 10-yard line. Oh, brother, that thing popped right back up into his breadbasket, and he motored from the 15 where he dropped the ball down to the 10-yard line, and it's a gain of 2. Blackman finally made the tackle. Shotgun formation for the Bears. They go without a huddle. The snap to McMahon. He'll take it himself, turning upfield to the 5, breaks the tackle down inside the 5
Hurry
to
up,
the
guys. Get
3-yard
up.
line. 15 seconds remaining.
No, come on, get up.
Pushing and shoving Keith Van Horn in the middle of it. 10 seconds left to go, and they have 8 seconds now, 7 seconds. The Bears will get off another play. Now the officials throw the flag and signal for a timeout. 3 seconds remaining.
Well, they lost control of this game right here. The clock should stop immediately when the Patriots start fooling around or scuffling and all that business. It's, what a tactic.
But then the Bears shouldn't let that happen either.
Right.
They should just go about their business and get that clock stopped and not worry about fighting.
Jim McMahon on a keeper up the middle on that play as he broke the pocket. And it's a 3rd down for the Bears. Less than a yard to go. The football on the 2-yard line. Just outside the 2-yard line. Let's see what they put back up on the clock.
They're going to wind the clock here. You know that? See how Bears are quickly getting set? They're going to wind that clock.
Field goal attempt. Kevin Butler, they'll spot it down to the 9-yard line. 10 to the end zone. Makes for a 19-yard field goal attempt coming up.
Although with a flag, it automatically stops the clock, doesn't it? A penalty automatically. But everyone's getting set up like they're going to wind the clock.
They have assessed. Have they?
Well, what's the flag for?
Yeah, have they assessed any yardage?
There were 2 flags. No, they've assessed nothing.
Andy Frederick, right? Yeah, Andy Frederick's in there.
We got illegal procedure on the offense. They were not set. 5-yard penalty. It'll be 3rd down.
You know what they did? They didn't care about any of that scuffling. Jay Hildenberg did a smart move and snapped the ball, and that's why they called illegal procedure, because everybody was running all over.
Now the officials let the line of scrimmage remain the 2-yard line after calling this penalty. Now they finally see the mistake, I believe, and they're going to penalize them here.
No, they probably declined the penalty. Although it's a dead ball foul, you can't decline.
No, it's a dead ball. You're right. They've got to assess the yardage, and here they do it.
I tell you, Jay, that was a smart play by Hilgenberg because everybody was running around letting the time run out.
Now, 24-yard field goal attempt. The angle to the right side. High snap. Fuller puts it down. The kick sails to the upright. It is good!
I tell you, that's
good job by Steve Fuller to place that ball down, and Butler got it to the upright. And at halftime, the Bears lead the New England Patriots 23-3 in Super Bowl 20.
And immediately the coaches from the Patriots are hounding the referee.
Eddie Kyatt and Don Shinnick are just right in his face.
The Bears are leading by 20 points, and that equals the biggest halftime lead in Super Bowl history. And there is no question that this has got to be one of the most dominated first halves of Super Bowl history. The Bears have been awesome defensively.
They've done what they've done all season long, though.
They're not out of character. You're absolutely right.
And they've rebounded from adversity, giving the ball up early in the game, where New England could have taken control of the game. Chicago took it back.
That's right. That's what we were talking about. Don't let the Pats off the hook and let them believe they should be against this Bear team. And we did it for a couple plays, but that was it. We slammed the door.
But when New England got the turnover at the 19 on that first Bear drive, and Walter Payton gave it up, 3 straight passes, which was New England stepping out of character, as many of us felt they would have to do to move the football. All 3 passes incomplete. 1 drop by Lynn Dawson. He had a shot at it. I don't know how close he came to actually catching it. The other one by Stanley Morgan on the slant pattern at the 5-yard line. Again, getting screened, I believe it was by Singletary that time, and then the 3rd pass incomplete. So they went nowhere. They kicked the field goal, but you had to get the feeling at that point it was advantage Bears.
And the play selection. I mean, slow play action, faking to both people, allowing your outside receivers to cross patterns and really take a long time. It was like, hey, come on after us.
Sure, playing right into the Bears' hands, actually.
Back in 1982, San Francisco led Cincinnati 20-0 at halftime, and the Bears have equaled the margin, 23-3, a 20-point margin at halftime as they lead the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 20. We'll be back with the second half of Super Bowl 20 after our halftime activities on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Right here on WGN Radio, it's halftime, 23-3. Bears on top of the New England Patriots. We're going to take a break on Radio 720 WGN, and when we return, Wayne Larrivee will be back with a recap of the first half stats.
Old Style Beer wants you to take a minute and relax. When the time comes for you to relax, nothing we know of could be better than a cold glass of Highland's Old Style Beer, brewed with pure artesian spring water, brewed slowly, patiently, croissant, the old world way, the way great beers used to be brewed, and the way one great beer still is. Highland's Old Style, America's best brewed premium beer. From the G. Highland Brewing Company, La Crosse, Wisconsin. Instead of just telling you about a new car, we thought we'd tell you about a whole new way to make cars. Nova from today's Chevrolet. Nova's not just well-made, it's consistently well-made. It's not just produced by a company, it produced its own company. It's not just the product of one automotive technology, it's the result of a joint venture between General Motors and Toyota. It's not just better, it's the best of both worlds. It's called Nova from today's Chevrolet.
We're about 3 minutes away from returning to second half action. Halftime score from the Superdome, Chicago 23-3 over New England as the Chicago Bears just 2 quarters away from claiming their first world championship since 1963. And that has a sweet tune to it. Wayne Larrivee?
Certainly does, Chuck Swirsky. Thank you very much. The field goal at the end of the first half, and I'll bring in Jim Hart and Dick Butkus, both of whom were with me when Art McNally of the league office, the director of officiating in the league office, came over and explained to us that field goal should have never occurred. That the Bears apparently were guilty of an early snap to try to stop the clock, draw a penalty to stop the clock so they could set up for the field goal. As you know, they had no timeouts remaining, and time was winding down. What we got were some fisticuffs, that type of thing. Apparently the ball was snapped in the middle of that mayhem, and the officials then threw a flag, stopped the clock, 3 seconds to go. Kevin Butler had time to come on after the penalty and kick the field goal to put the Bears up 23-3. But as far as the league is concerned, the officials blew it, and that field goal should not have been allowed because
it came out after Jim ball out of. Now Art McNally is saying that there was a foul or there was a penalty on the Bears, and then he said, well, it's because the Bears snapped the ball, and what I think he meant by that is that the official didn't wind the clock or start play. But if the play momentarily stopped, why didn't the clock stop?
I believe the term he used, Dick, maybe you guys could correct me on this, the Bears were not set, and you must be set before you snap the ball, and the Bears offensively were not set.
Well, that's true, but he was saying that it was a deliberate effort on the Bears to conserve time.
That's the interpretation that he made.
And that's what you do when the quarterback throws the ball out of bounds in any situation.
Exactly.
So I don't understand why that's a violation.
I mean, did the Patriots really make an effort to get back on defense? I mean, then he said that the Bears were the one that were starting the fight, and it was clearly shown that someone took a swing at Keith Van Horn, and then it started a shove match. Well,
at any rate, the field goal, the bottom line is the field goal will stand. They cannot wipe it out. It's part of history, and the Bears have the 23-3 lead.
Well, we're not going to resolve this, but it's certainly going to be a topic of conversation for quite a while.
On the post-game show tonight, I'm sure George Renix will have an awful lot to say about the last few seconds of the first half of the Super Bowl 20. Both teams are back out of the field, loosening up, getting set for second half play. And again, the Bears in a commanding position, 23-3. I wonder what we'll see now from New England. It would appear to me that we're going to see Steve Grogan, and he's going to have to go downfield. He's got to get some points on the board.
Grogan and also Ramsey are warming up. I think Eason is through for the afternoon. Now, whether or not that flu and all that excitement and all that, really made him weaker than we anticipated when he started the game. It sure is showing something was going on wrong with him.
Look at the statistics. 13 first downs for the Bears, 1 for New England. Total third down efficiency, Bears 4 of 7, 57%, and New England 1 of 6, 17%. Net yards, minus 19 for New England, and 236 for the Bears. Regardless of how many points the Bears lead this game by, you've got to just look at these statistics and say this has to be the most dominated one half of Super Bowl history. I mean, I can't picture another Super Bowl game that I can recall where the domination was so complete.
Well, the only thing out of line here as far as the Bears go is the 3 turnovers. I mean, they had 3 fumbles, or 2 actually turnovers that were recovered by New England. Now, you got to think, if they didn't get that opening fumble, what the heck?
It would be 23-0. That's what it would be.
But, I mean, it'd be all zeros on this stat sheet.
Absolutely. You take a look at the situation. Again, 8 of 14 for McMahon of the passing department. No touchdowns, but no interceptions. And again, 2 fumbles lost by the Bears, 2 lost by New England. So that statistic has evened up. And penalties, 2 for 10 yards against Chicago and 2 for 10 yards against New England. But again, you look through the air, 144 yards passing for Chicago, minus 14 for the New England Patriots. And, gross yards passing 148 for Chicago. It's just amazing.
Look at the rushing yardage for this great rushing team for the Pats. Craig James, 4 attempts, minus 2 yards. His average is .0 minus 5.
But the key to the rushing statistic, Dick Butkus, is that there were only 7 rushing attempts by the New England Patriots. That's the amazing part. Even if you're going to mix it up and you're going to throw more, still only 7 rushing attempts in the first half. That's amazing.
Well, they only had a total of 21 plays.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you're right. That's 1/3 of their plays.
Like you mentioned, the opening of the game, 3 straight long passes when everybody was expecting that they were going to run the ball.
Unfortunately, the game has turned out to be just what we suggested, or what the reputation of Super Bowls have been. A one-sided contest that hasn't been very interesting to watch. Well, fortunately for us, really for us being Bear fans, but unfortunately, as far as the total game concept is concerned.
Well, and
you never know. It's not over until the refrigerettes cruise the tune. You know what I mean? They got to croon the tune.
Until they give you the finger, right?
Well, remember when we mentioned, I guess, San Francisco over Cincinnati. San Francisco led 20-0 over Cincinnati, and the Bengals stormed back, if I recall, to make a game of it in that Super Bowl. So, by no means are we painting the Patriots totally out of this, but you guys have to figure with the way the Chicago defense has played in that first half, you just can't imagine them getting back into the game. But again, we'll wait and see.
It'll be interesting what kind of attack or how they were going to attack the Bear defense. What they are really going to try to do.
Well, they're going to have to throw the ball. They're just not going to be able to grind it out against the Bears. That's been proven time and time again. And I think they did that, or they admitted that they couldn't do that right at the outset by coming out throwing. So how are they going to do that? They're going to have to throw it, and they're going to have to get a couple of lucky ones to get back in the game.
3 touchdowns. I mean, if their defense is playing fairly well, and if they just continue on doing so and give the offense the ball, I mean, let them eat up some time and keep the Bears off the field. 3 scores, they might just say, let's go at it patiently and not lose sight.
Start of the second half, the approach in the boot by Kevin Butler from right to left, and a deep kick, kind of a line drive kick, about a yard into the end zone. Stephen Starring to the 5, cutting right to the 10, to the 15, cuts it back the other way to the 20, and he's buried down on the play. Brian Cabral, who spent most of this season on the injured reserve list, made the tackle, a 23-yard return, and the Patriots will take it out of 1st and 10, just across the 21-yard line.
Seems like after every play, they're shoving and talking. I'm waiting for something big to erupt here later on.
Les Frazier, a sprained left knee, will not return in the ball game here today. So it's up to Reggie Phillips to man the cornerback position on the right side. Steve Grogan at the controls for the New England Patriots on a 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. James and Collins, the backfield combination, slot to the left side of the wide receivers. Rogan on a long count looking over the Bear defense, drops back to throw, sets up short, wings the left sidelines, and he's got his man Stanley Morgan, who's taken out of bounds by Reggie Phillips near the 30-yard line. A gain of 8 yards on the play. Second down and 2 yards to go. Not totally unexpected you're going to go with the rookie quarterback.
Right. I was just going to say that's probably one of the plans in the second half is to go against that side of our defense because of the injury to Frazier.
Bears play so much man-to-man coverage with their cornerbacks. I wonder if they might be vulnerable to that. But again, I imagine they're going to help with the safeties for the young rookie Reggie Phillips. They're going to somehow move the safeties over to give him a hand. Slot to the right side now. The wide receivers, running backs are split out of second down. And Grogan to the handoff to Collins, darting up the middle. Collins appears to have the first down out across the 31 to the 32-yard line. Wilbur Marshall made the tackle to the mid portion of the Chicago defense for the Bears, and the Patriots moved the chains with only their second first down of the afternoon. A gain of 3 on that play. 23-3, and we're just underway. Is that a mock cheer I hear for the Patriots who moved the chains?
I think the fans are well aware that first down.
I couldn't believe it when they rolled the Super Bowl shuffle at halftime on the monitor of the big screen out here at the Superdome. That was unbelievable. They don't even do that in Chicago at halftime. Talk about a bunch of homers down here. Split backfield, first and 10. Grogan back to throw, waiting, looking, hit as he looks to throw, and down he goes. Sacked on the play. Richard Dent once again. My goodness, he's had a postseason. 6.5 tackles, 3.5 sacks against the Giants. Had a sack against the Rams 2 weeks ago. A loss of 5 on this particular sack. Second down and long.
But it was Steve McMichaels who had made the initial contact. And I've been watching McMichaels, and he's been ranting and raving, and he was formerly released from the Patriots, so I think he's got a little.
Steve McMichael triggered the sack by Richard Dent. You're right. Slot to the left side of the wide receiver, jumping on the line. Contact is made as the Bears come across. So we'll see what the indication is from the officials now as they straighten it out. They confer back near the 20-yard line. Bears jumped off sides and made contact. It obviously looks like it's against Chicago, but somebody on the offensive line may have moved, triggering the Chicago rush.
False start, number 61 on the offense.
Ron Woolton, the offensive right guard, made the move that brought forth the Chicago rush, and so the Patriots will be penalized and now face a second down and 20 yards to go.
Oh, and you don't like to be in that position. If you're a quarterback, second down at 20 against these guys, oh my gosh.
Yeah, they don't ease up, do they? That is one thing the Bears have had all season, though, an uncanny killer instinct. They just will not relent. Irving Fryer into the ball game now for the New England Patriots. Tony Collins comes out. 23-3, Bears over the Patriots. Early going, third period. Fryer and Starring both out to the left side. Stanley Morgan is split to the right. Derek Ramsey, wing right side, shotgun formation on a second down and 20. Here's the snap to Grogan. The rush is on. The blitz mode is open. Nowhere to go. He's sacked. Otis Wilson on the blitz. Dan Hampton met Wilson at the quarterback. Back inside the 15-yard line near the 10. Loss of 13 yards.
I told you quarterbacks don't like to get second and 20.
I can see why after that. Third down now. 5 sacks. The Bears had 6 in the game September 15th against the New England Patriots.
I mean, they're just running right around people, over people, through people, and it's great to see.
Third down and 33 yards to go from the 10-yard line. New England territory. Patriots on the attack. Out of the shotgun, the snap to Grogan. He floats the right side and making the catch, Stephen Starring, and he's taken out of bounds. Short of a first down to the near side at about the 34-yard line. Dave Duerson got over to make the play. Sizable chunk of yardage, but again, they are 9 yards short of the first down. Gain of 24.
Something right. Yeah, we completed a third down, 24 play, and we're still short. Bringing a punt team.
That was a zone defense that the Bears played there, and Dave Duerson just didn't get back to the deep outside to help Mike Richardson out.
Keith Ortega on single safety. Rich Camarillo on to do the punting for the New England Patriots. 23-3, Bears leading, 12:42 left to go, third period of play. by Morris on the snap. Morris suffering from the effects of the flu that hit last night. Here's the snap to Camarillo, and he moves forward, kind of shanks a wobbler toward the near side. It bounds across the 30.
Pick it up.
Portigo's going to let it roll to the 15, and the Patriots are going to down it inside the 5, and they'll down it near the 4-yard line.
You got to field those. You got to pick those up and try to go with it, especially when they're bouncing kind of high.
Oh, sure.
You got to field it because look what happens. He could have caught it at the 20-yard line, and now they're backed up their own 4-yard line.
So we've got a break to the action, 23-3. Bears over the Patriots, third period of play on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Even the finest interior paint needs the right tools to make it look its best. Hi, Pat Summerall to suggest starting at True Value hardware stores for top quality paint and painting accessories. Like smooth rollers from Easy Painter. The 9-inch roller frame is just 99 cents, and it holds most standard size covers for fast, even painting. After you've painted the large areas, turn to the trim with the Easy Painter 3-inch roller, only $1.88, complete with cover. And True Value hardware stores can help you apply paint or varnish smoothly with True Test brushes made of top quality Orel polyester. Their bristles are tapered so paint glides on without brush marks. Choose the 2 or 3-inch size for just $1.99 each. It takes more than good paint to make a painting job look good. So start with fine brushes and rollers from participating True Value hardware stores and home centers. And while you're there, be sure to pick up an application for a True Value charge card. Good at thousands of participating True Value hardware stores nationwide. Ask your dealer for details. And tell them Pat Summerall sent you.
Stereo television is here thanks to Zenith. The system designed by Zenith is the system that is used by all television stations as standard. So when you see and hear stereo, think Zenith. Zenith, the leader in stereo, has over 19 stereo models to choose from. 19-inch, 20-inch, 27-inch, and yes, even 45-inch. You would expect this from Zenith, the leader in color TV and now the leader in stereo. Zenith, proud their system was the one chosen as the standard in stereo. At Zenith, the quality goes in before the name goes on.
Wayne Larrivee with Jim Hart and Dick Butkus at the Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. Super Bowl 20, 23-3. Bears leading the Patriots. 12:27 left to go. Third period of play. The Bears have it for the first time in the second half. 1st and 10 from their 4-yard line. I think if you're the Chicago Bears, you're thinking ball control.
Although,
yeah,
Jim
you're right.
McMahon's liable to throw it all the way downfield here.
Well, Willie Gault has been hot today. Here are the Bears to the line of scrimmage, slot to the left side. Peyton lines up in the I formation with Matsui. Dennis McKinnon in motion to the right side. First down, McMahon spins, fakes the handoff from his end zone, looking to throw. Rainbows it deep down the right side. Willie Gault out there. He gets back to the 50 to the 45. He's spun down by Fred Marion inside the Patriot 40-yard line at the 36.
I tell you what, when you mentioned he looked awful sharp today. I tell you, that was a great throw. But Willie Gault, I tell you, boy, I hope this is the start of, of something great for this kid because, boy, with that speed and the way he caught the ball, got the ball from the guy, it was a sure tackle that saved 6 points. Let me tell you.
Willie Gault now, 4 catches for 128 yards.
Great concentration because the defender had his hand up and Willie looked it right in and boomer.
That play went for 59 yards to the New England 36-yard line. First down, Chicago Bears. Gault split to the left side. Boy, I tell you what, he owns this building, doesn't he? 3 TD receptions when he was a rookie here in a game. McKinnon wide right. I formation backfield Chicago. And McMahon on first down looks to deal again. McMahon winds up, throws the left side. Blitzing on Emery Moorhead, and he steps out of bounds near side of the 22-yard line. Chased out by a bewildered Don Blackman.
Well, Blackman turned around for some reason. He got a little confused there, and he turned the opposite way of the way Emery was going and the ball was going.
That's pretty good coverage.
He threw the ball right on target. He turned the wrong way.
Dick, you were mentioning early in the second period, I think, about wondering who if the Bears could go, who's going to be MVP.
I know
48 yards.
I know. You turned and looked. I said, he's got the answer, this guy.
14-yard pickup on the previous play from the 22-yard line of New England. It's a first down for the Chicago Bears. Bears. Dennis McKinnon split left, Willie Galt wide to the right side, Walter Payton, the tail of the tandem, Matt Suey, the fullback, in motion McKinnon to the right side. And McMahon tossed Payton, sweeping left, turns it back upfield inside the 20, stretching to the 19-yard line. Blackman made the tackle. Steve Nelson was also there along with Lester Williams. Well, I was thinking ball control, gain of 2 on that play, 2nd and 8 coming up. I was thinking ball control here in the second half with a big lead and all. Here they come out, they throw their first 2 passes, a 59-yarder, a 14-yarder, and now finally Walter picks up 2 yards on the ground.
Well, I'm sure the Patriots were thinking of that too. They're going to run the ball. Let's tighten it up a little bit.
And Willie Galt slipped by. Now they set up a slot to the left side. Galt, the wide receiver. McKinnon, the flanker in the slot. I formation backfield. 2nd down from the 20. Toss Payton sweeping right with Suey out in front. Payton makes the turn. He's hit on the play at the 15 and Bulldog down. Steve Nelson, Garen Veras, Andre Tippett all out there in front of that play. On the tackle, Veras was trailing from behind. It's a gain of 5, and it leaves a 3rd down for the Chicago Bears. At about 3 yards to go, the football just inside the 16-yard line near the 15.
Remember the first game against the Pats, Steve Nelson led in tackles, and he's doing, it seems like we're calling his name a lot here in this game. And I think that's the indication of the strong play by the outside linebackers that stand up the Bear offensive blockers or make them cut back, and there's Steve Nelson to try to make the play.
So it is a 3rd down now for the Chicago Bears. A little bit more than 3 yards to go near the New England 16-yard line. And Jim McMahon takes the snap, hands it off to Suey, burrows his way up the middle, got a first down. Inside the 15 to the 11-yard line of the New England Patriots. Roland James, Andre Tippett on the stop for New England. Well, you mentioned Steve Nelson. He had 10 tackles and 3 assists against the Bears in the first game on September 15th.
You don't know what that means. It's good pursuit and whatever, but it's the job of the outside people, not letting the Bear runners get around outside where Steve can't make the tackle. So he's called upon to make the tackles on a lot of defenses, and he's doing it.
The ball just outside the 11-yard line. It's 1st down for the Chicago Bears. 1st and 10 with 9:16 to go. 3rd period of play. Galt is wide to the right side. McKinnon comes out to the near or left side. Matt Suey and Walter Payton in a split backfield. Now here's Payton in motion to the near side. McMahon spins, toss Suey, sweeping left, has to cut it upfield. He does, inside the 10, and he's brought down near the 8-yard line. Julius Adams, trailing it from behind, made the stop from his defensive tackle position. A gain of 4, and Matt Suey very well could have been nailed back out near the 15-yard line, but made a good move to get around the initial penetration.
Matt Suey's having a fine game in the running back department. He's been really the load carrier for the Bears.
10 carries, 45 yards for Suey. Payton 13 carries for 33 yards here this afternoon. 23-3, Bears on top, facing a 2nd down and 6 from the 8-yard line of the New England Patriots. Receivers right and left now. Again, Payton in motion to the right side. McMahon takes, he's rolling right. McMahon looking downfield, pumps, now throws, and it's incomplete. Pass attempt for McKinnon in heavy traffic. Ronnie Lepet on his back knocked the ball away at the 5-yard line on the far side. So it is for Chicago now. 3rd down coming up. 3rd and 6 from the New England 8.
You know, Lippett's and McKinnon, they have these little scuffles. On that particular play, McKinnon went down and like he was going to break for like a fast goal or toward the middle of the field, and all of a sudden he stopped, and with Jim McMahon rolling out, McMillan turned around and started for the sideline, and Jim tried to drill a ball in there, and Lippett was just,
He did a good thing, though. He just threw it low so nobody could get it.
Marjoram and McKinnon out to the right side, Gentry to the near side along with Willie Galt. Shotgun formation Bears out of 3rd down and 6 for the New England 8. McMahon takes the snap. The rush is on. The blitz from Lepet. Fires for Kenny Marjoram at the goal line, and Marjoram taken out of bounds on the far side. Denied the end zone by Roland James, but it's a 1st and goal inside the 1 for the Chicago Bears. 7-yard pickup.
Holy cow. Oh, I'm waiting to see the replay on this. Looked like that ball broke the plane. Looked like Kenny had that ball in the end zone.
Everybody's looking at the diamond vision.
I'll tell you, they blitzed Ronnie Lepet, and Kenny Marjoram was wide open, and Roland James made a good recovery to get there. Did he get there in time? That's the question.
Looks like it was a good call by the replay. He did not get in the end zone.
The football just inside the 1-yard line now. William Perry is on, along with Walter Payton in the backfield. Emery Moorhead, tight end, right side of the wing. Jim McMahon looks it over. Payton deployed in motion to the right side. McMahon on a keeper, leaps the line to the end zone for the touchdown.
Did a cartwheel in there.
29-3, Chicago Bears. there was any question that New England would be able to regroup at halftime, that has been answered very clearly here in the second half. They, in fact, did not regroup at halftime.
That's all because of the daring do of Jim McMahon and the rest of the Chicago Bears. But they're back to the wall, minus 4-yard line, come out throwing like they did.
Did you find out what that JDF cure meant on his headband? Junior diabetes fund. And he had a United Way one also that he was going to wear.
Kevin Butler for the point after. Jay Hilgenberg on the snap. Out of the hole to Steve Fuller. Plates down and booted. It is up and it is good. 7:22 left to go. Third period. Bears 30. Patriots 3. You're the New England Patriots. You're in a whole lot of trouble.
No question about that. They've got to throw the ball.
Had a penalty marker down.
A little shoving going on again.
Must have been after the play. 59-yard pass play to Willie Gault on first down. McMahon throwing from his end zone set this latest touchdown up. The officials will unravel this thing in a moment.
Here goes.
Face mask, number 38 on the defense. There'll be a 15-yard penalty on the kickoff.
Roland James.
Jim McMahon on a 1-yard touchdown run of the Bears with the extra point good. Lead it 30-3. 7:22 left to go in one of the most lopsided Super Bowls in the history of the game. Well, somebody was talking about, remember the 73-0 game, I guess it was, against Washington a few years ago? Somebody said that this week, and everybody laughed. Who knows? My gosh.
Well, the Patriots are going to have to throw every down now in order to get back in there. And Grogan's capable of leading him back, but he's not capable of bringing him back to win the game.
Started at halftime. There were just 3 touchdowns down, and a lot of things could happen. Just like the first time around when James broke a 90-yarder. So you just really can't play dead. But I don't anticipate that happening with the Bears, and just keep from getting any turnovers and letting them out of the hole. You know what I mean? Let them try to earn it, and there's no way.
9-play drive. 96 yards. I was in the enemy camp on a radio show last night, and one of the points one of the people made was, well, we've never seen the Bears on a long drive. They always get the ball near the 50-yard line. Well, they've seen a long drive here.
96 yards.
96 long enough for you?
The name of the game is to have more points at the end of the game than your opponent. Now, how you get them, that's whatever. Just get them.
Stephen Starring dropping back deep. Kevin Butler has been a busy man.
Is that Dawkins on crutches coming back? The tight end from the Patriots coming back from the locker room.
Yeah, Lynn Dawson. Yeah, it looks like Lynn Dawson coming back on crutches in street clothes. So Kevin Butler now will kick off from the 50-yard line.
I think it'll go in the end zone.
Unless he just wants to.
Unless he's tired his leg.
Yeah, it's been a busy day. Here's the approach of the boot by the rookie out of Georgia. High end over end kick sailing deep into the end zone. Stephen Starring near the end line makes the catch and downs it. The New England Patriots will take it from the 20-yard line to the 1st and 10 with 7:16 left to go. I'll tell you something, guys. The way the Patriots were playing with the kind of momentum they had, the quality team they were, I did not expect a blowout like this, but I certainly had to figure the Chicago Bears were capable of it.
Well, I was talking to Mike after the game, after the championship game, and, with all this subdued locker room and all that, and he made an interesting point, and we'll get back to it, about the Patriots, that their season maybe ended last week or the last game.
Stanley Morgan out to the left side. Stephen Starring is split to the near side. Running backs in a pro set formation behind Tony Collins, behind Steve Grogan, and back to throw goes Grogan. He swings it out left side. Craig James drops it at the 15-yard line in the flat. So it is a second down and 10 yards to go. That illustrates the frustration the Patriots have encountered here today. Reggie Phillips ranging up in coverage, but James had some running room in front of him. Patriots have been one rattled ball club, but it started early with Tony Eason.
What's that? Oh, from the penthouse to the outhouse. Boy, poor Craig James.
Morgan out to the near side. Starting is split to the left. It's a 2nd and 10 New England. Collins and James split behind Steve Grogan in an offset I formation. And Grogan takes, rolling the line. Here's the toss. James sweeping right. James gets by a defender, but is cut down across the 20 after picking up 2 yards to the 22-yard line. Rolled out of bounds to the near side. Dave Duerson came over to make the play.
Hey guys, here's the rule book explanation of the last play of the first half. When efforts are made during the last 2 minutes of the half to conserve time, officials will run 10 seconds off the clock before permitting the ball to be put in play on the ready signal. And that is in the rule book. How about that? Therefore, the half should have ended prior to Chicago's successful field goal.
But that is history. Gain of 3 on that play by Craig James.
Yeah,
Richard Dent forced him to the outside and set up Dave Duerson for the tackle. Now 3rd down and 7 yards to go from the 23-yard line. Shotgun formation. Receivers deployed to the left and right side. Slot to the left side. Eric Ramsey in the slot left side. The snap to Grogan. The blitz is on. Over the left side he goes. Reaching over and down the right side. Touchdown! Wilbur Marshall, it appeared, tipped that football to Reggie Phillips, who took it at the 20 and went untouched into the end zone. 36-3.
Wait a minute now. Did he score before now? Is this the 28th guy to score? I think he scored once before. What's the... Oh, this is... Yeah, it's a Super Bowl. Let's give it to him. What a play, though. He played it nice. Oh, boy. Boy, if they don't get you with the sack, then you got to watch out for the interception if you do get the ball off.
Reggie Phillips has not scored before.
Yeah.
Kevin Butler for the point after. I'll tell you what, this defense has been incredible. We've watched them all year, and they still just... they knock your socks off just to watch them. Steve Fuller will hold. The snap by Hilgenberg. Here it is. The kick by Butler, and the extra point is good. 6:16 left to go. 3rd period still. 37-3. Bears over the Patriots, leaving no doubt on the WGN Chicago Bears radio network.
Recently, in the rich and bountiful soil of Illinois, has come word of a new and unusual plant that could yield a harvest of untold riches for its owners, for its people. What is the name of this unique species of plant? Some call it Diamond Star. But for the thousands who will work and grow here, it is known by a simpler name, the Chrysler Mitsubishi plant. And it's indigenous to only one place on Earth, Illinois. Perhaps you own a thriving business, large or small, and are searching for growth and commitment, for training and financial assistance. If so, we invite you to look at the state Chrysler Mitsubishi found fertile enough to plant roots in. The thriving and nurturing business climate of Illinois.
Call the Illinois Department of Commerce and Community Affairs at 1-800-252-2923.
Get the cure for Bears fever. It's the first official Bears team cruise sponsored by the Bears and WGN. Depart Chicago on March 16th for Miami and set sail on the Song of America, a ship of Norwegian registry, to San Juan, St. Thomas, and Puerto Rico. On board will be Peyton, McMahon, Singletary, Hampton, and 23 other great Bears players. You'll probably catch Coach Ditka and Uncle Bobby huddling together talking game plans. Call 312-693-8906 to be part of the official Bears cruise.
On that pass interception, it appeared that Wilbur Marshall got a piece of the football, but really what happened, it went off the arm of the official, the forearm, right?
I think maybe right. Maybe he was in the way in the line, and all of a sudden, boom, the ball was there because it definitely hit the receiver in the forearm and popped up.
We can see on the replay that it did hit the receiver and that Wilbur did not get a piece of it, but he was right there on the coverage, and then Reggie Phillips motored to 28 yards for the score.
There's some other good news involved with this. More players are going to get a chance to say that they played in the Super Bowl.
That's right.
Super Bowl 20.
Here's the approach to the booth by Kevin Butler. A high kick floating toward the far side, starting from the 5 to the 10 to the 15, 20. Cutting left gets by Cliff Thrift at the 25 to the 30, and he's taken out of bounds to the far side near the 31-yard line. Dennis Gentry on the coverage along with Sean Gale. A 26-yard return to the 31 of New England. The Patriots will put it in play. 6:05 to go third period. 37-3 Bears. We've seen this team all season, and I just can't picture a game where they've been more dominating. More flat-out dominating and explosive.
all week long looking at the point spread at 10.5, 11 points. I was saying, hey, that's too many points for a game like this. Look at it now. I'll never say that again.
Starring out to the left side. Stanley Morgan is split to the right. Collins and James window dressing in the backfield because Grogan has to go downfield. He looks to throw. Rainbows deep down the right side going for Morgan. Nearly intercepted by Mike Richardson and tips it away incomplete. Near the 25-yard line. Richardson again showing good recovery speed to get back into the lane and tip the ball away.
Well, it looked like Stanley Morgan had him beat there for a while, but by the time the ball goes 50, 60 yards, that takes time, and Richardson had plenty of time to adjust to it. Grogan threw the ball over the top of him, too. It didn't lead him downfield and really played right into Richardson's hands because Mike was beaten on the play and was behind him. But by throwing the ball over the head of Stanley Morgan, it gave Richardson the angle to come in and knock it down.
37-3 with 5:58 to go, third period of play. New England on a second down and 10 from their 31. And again, Grogan ranges back to throw. Grogan waits over the middle. He goes, and he's got his man. Fumbles the ball picked up by Marshall at the 50. He's to the 45, takes a tackle to the 40, cutting back the other way. Now lateral to Otis Wilson at the 40. Wilson is driven down by Craig Hughes.
Okay, quick, give us the replay on that one, Wayne. Who touched it and how many times? Get the oxygen here, Wayne.
I'll tell you what, that play happened so quickly. All I know is that the New England receiver got hit at the 50-yard line, and Wilbur Marshall was right there to gather it in.
Fensick, I think, made the hit.
Yep. He made the hit on Cedric Jones. And then Wilbur Marshall. Well, I tell you, the Bears have been striking. I mean, they're so fast that it's almost impossible to describe what they're doing. And then Otis Wilson danced a bit with the football. Now the Bears at a first down, 37-yard line, New England territory, I-formation backfield, slot to the left side of the wide receivers, lined up closely. Now McKinnon in motion to the right side, and McMahon takes, toss Payton, sweeping right, cuts it upfield, off right tackle, inside the 30 to the 29. A gain of what appears to be almost 9 yards on the play. Steve Nelson made the hit defensively. Let's see where they spot the football, give him a gain of 8. Steve Nelson made the tackle. They mark it to the 30.
That time when Waller was following the interference, it looked like he really just stepped on it right up. I mean, not try to jitterbug or make a decision. I mean, it was clear cut. He's going to turn upfield and let it rip.
A little bit more than 2 yards to go for Chicago from the 30-yard line. Second down, let's call it 3 yards to go. Bears in New England territory. Calvin Thomas, Walter Payton in an I formation. McKinnon comes out of the backfield in motion to the right. Here is the toss to Walter Payton. Makes a head fake as he cuts to his left. Inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. And he's got a first down, gain of 6. Tackle completed by Don Blackman and the New England Patriot defense. No question they are demoralized.
Are they going to see Waller now?
I think Mike Ditka would like to get Walter Payton a 100-yard game in the Super Bowl. You never
How many does he have? How far do we got to go? It's only 4:32 to go in the third quarter.
He's got 45 yards on 15 carries.
Duck soup.
4:27 to go, third period. Bears leading 37-3. I formation backfield. In motion, McKinnon to the near side. Here's the toss. Payton sweeping right. Payton is covered up. Steve Nelson responding along with Roland James to cut him down for a loss of yardage back outside the 25 near the 28-yard line. A loss of 4.
Steve Nelson is still playing like the score is 0-0.
Right. Does he ever play any other way?
Always
never. Steve Nelson's one of those people. You talk about Walter being in the league a long time. Nelson, a 12-year veteran out of North Dakota State, many years an All-Pro. Great inside linebacker, leader of that Patriot defense. Of course, Adams, he's a 37-year-old lineman. Julius Adams for the Patriots.
Last year, right? I think he got this is it.
Going to retire to his farm in Macon, Georgia, and raise Black Angus cattle. Now McMahon on second and long, looks to throw, has time, swings it out right side of Payton in traffic. Payton loses the handle on it and can't hang on. Pass incomplete into the flat of the right side. So it is a third down for the Chicago Bears and 14 yards to go. And the football out at the 28-yard line of the New England Patriots.
See those corner linebackers and James and the cornerbacks. It's tough to get around there. Like that, try to set up a screen to Walter on that side, and with Tippett and Blackman on as far as outside linebackers go. Boy, they got a lot of range and they really move well. And James and the other cornerback do a good job of containing. So it's tough. It's tough going around that side.
McKinnon split right, and Willie Gall's out to the left side. They set up a double slot now. Gentry in motion out of the slot near side to the right, and shotgun formation. McMahon gets the snap, scrambles around. He throws the right side, get a man wide open. Touchdown! No!
Come on.
They say he stepped out of bounds to the 1-yard line. On the reception down the right side, Dennis Gentry in the far corner of the coffin, and he stepped out of the 27-yard pickup. Roland James was a beaten man on that play.
Beaten? I don't know. I didn't see a red jersey over there. I don't know what happened, how he got lost. The Fridge coming in, gets his final instructions from offensive coordinator.
Fridge, let him score in the Super Bowl.
Oh, boy, that's
only fitting.
Yeah, then they'll say, they're pouring it on now.
Ooh, you know,
wait till we play him next year.
The replay showed that he stepped out almost simultaneously with catching the ball.
Oh.
That's going to be something else for Art McNally to talk about.
Well, they're going to go to school on this game, aren't they, to film for the officials?
This is how you don't do it. See highlight film for the low-light film for the officials.
Peyton and again William Perry in the backfield. First and goal from the 1-yard line. Handoff to the Fridge to the end zone. Yes, William Perry has scored on a 1-yard touchdown run in the Super Bowl.
How many more endorsements is that going to get him now?
I'll tell you what, with all the things that he's been getting this year, I mean, all the press and everything else, I still bring us back to that first quarter where he was going to throw the ball and the Moorhead was open for a split second, and he pumped, and he held it rather than trying to throw it, which a rookie might have done.
He's a pretty wise football player for just a rookie.
And I think he's done an excellent job also against Hannah so far.
Kevin Butler for the point after. 43-3 Bears. It'll be 44 in another second here. Here's the snap out of the hole. The foot of the kick is up and good. Well, maybe 72 isn't out of range.
But another question is, why not Walter? You know what I mean? This guy, he's been around all these years and everything else, and it's great that, someone like the Fridge gets all the accolades and everything else and handles it well like that. But for Walter, I mean, the Rodney Dangerfield and everything else, I don't know.
Maybe Mike feels that they're going to have to, they're just going to control it with Waller from now on, and they're going to get another chance to get down there.
Well, that could be.
Still 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
I know. You kind of lose sight here when you see the scoreboard. You think it should be, 3:22 in the fourth quarter,
right.
But we've got another full quarter to go.
6-play, 37-yard drive following the fumble by Cedric Jones and the recovery by Wilbur Marshall, who later lateraled to Otis Wilson, who proceeded to dance for about a 3-yard loss, but the Bears took it in from 37 yards away.
I mean, this is a ridiculous question, I know, but you got to understand my enthusiasm and everything. But you think they're going to try to beat the 73 score? No. I mean, come on, we got. Are they going to try for it, or what do you mean? No, they're not going to lay right down. Come on, Jim.
No, the next thing is to get Walter 100 yards. That's all.
And maybe a touchdown.
Well, pop him off on one of them, and he's gone. Pick up the 100. How many we need?
Walter Payton in the game.
29.
What's he got? 41 yards on what's that? 16 carries.
But that's, that might also enter the pictures that in the fourth quarter there might be a lot of substitutions, but you can't substitute everybody. I mean, someone's got to stay in. What's this all about?
Just a thunderous ovation from a heavily partisan Chicago Bears crowd here at the Super Bowl. I don't think I've ever seen a Super Bowl crowd that has ever been more in favor of one team than this crowd this afternoon.
Right, because, the tickets are scattered throughout the country, and companies and organizations come down here, and it's kind of a mutual crowd. But here it seems like, we've got the majority of the people. And so that shows some intelligence of the audience here.
Step Stephen Starring back deep for the New England Patriots. Butler for the umpteenth time, kicking from right to left. And here it is, a line drive kick. This kid is tired. Starring from the 5, cutting left to the 10 to the 15, turns upfield 20, and he's hammered down at the 24-yard line. Ryan Cabral, that's about the third tackle he's made today.
You know, the previous kickoff, he was knocked down, got up, and he still made it over the sidelines in the pile.
Well, he's got a lot of making up to do in just this one game. He's missed most
Injured, I believe it was the first game of the season.
Yes.
On the injured reserve, reactivated for the game against the Los Angeles Rams, and now playing here today. 19-yard return on that play. New England first down from the 24-yard line. 44-3, Bears on top. Stanley Morgan and Stephen Starring come out to the near side for the New England Patriots, forming a slot. Derek Ramsey, tight end to the left side. Running backs, Mosi Tutupu and Robert Weathers split behind quarterback Steve Grogan back to throw. He floats the right side. Starring makes the catch across the 30 and fights his way, stiff-arming Mike Richardson out of bounds up near the 39-yard line where he has a first down. 15-yard pickup on the play. First and 10 for the New England Patriots. You know, the thing about the big plays the Bears defense has made, they've been lightning quick. They strike like lightning. It's just been amazing. Stanley Morgan out to the left side and Stephen Starring to the near side. If I was wearing a red uniform, I'd be scared. Split backfield for New England on a first down from the 39, Patriot territory, third period of play. And Grogan straight back to throw. The rush is on, but he has time. He fires the left side, bobbled by Morgan, caught by Morgan, and he steps out of bounds on the far side. Sensational grab by Stanley Morgan at the Chicago 48-yard line, and he's forced out of bounds. Reggie Phillips on the coverage of the far side. 13-yard pickup for a New England first down.
Great concentration on Stanley Morgan's part, bobbling that ball and staying in bounds at the same time. I don't think we're going to see Jim McMahon anymore by seeing him on the sideline and putting a ice pack on his left hand.
Left hand, right. A big ice pack on that left hand.
You see his headband now? Pluto.
Receiver straight to the left and right side for New England on a first down, 48-yard line. Bears territory, all-out blitz. Grogan back to throw. They pick it up well. He fires deep down the middle, and it's nearly intercepted by Mike Richardson. Incomplete. Near the 15-yard line, the pass intended for Stephen Starring. I see flags on the field of the far side. Oh, they came with what? Duerson was coming for the secondary. Of course, the linebackers. Otis Wilson was blitzing on the play. Penalty marker down. Been a tough day for the officials.
Lined up in the neutral zone, offside, number 95 on the defense. Still first down.
Maybe that's how Richard Dent's getting in there so quickly, huh? They finally caught him. Lining up in the neutral zone. I'll tell you what, they'll tell you, the scouts will tell you that Richard Dent has the quickest 5 steps in the National Football League. His first 5 steps are quicker than anybody in the National Football League. That's really the key to his success. Split backfield now, first and 5 to England. Here's the handoff. Robert Weathers breaks the tackle up the middle, and he's hit and driven down near the 40-yard line. They'll mark it at about the 40. Dave Duerson made the tackle, a good clean tackle for Chicago. It's a gain of 3 yards, and it will leave a second down of 2 yards to go from the Chicago 40.
A stat I think that is misleading and something that scouts look at is the 40-yard dash time.
Right.
And what a lot of teams will do will time you in 5 and 10 yards because that's where the game is played, in 5 and 10-yard area, not 40 yards.
Quickness, the key. Rather than flat-out speed. Receivers straight to the left and right sides at a second down and 2 for the New England Patriots, and Grogan looks it over. Richard Dent jumped offside. Grogan has a free down, flings the left side. He's got Ramsey at the 35. Ramsey sidestepping a defender, and finally he's brought down by Reggie Phillips near the 28-yard line. Phillips and Singletary helping out on that tackle. They're going to mark it just inside the 29. I'm sure the Patriots will turn it down.
Offside, number 95 on the defense. That penalty is declined. First down.
Let's pause here for station identification on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
This is WGN Radio Chicago.
12-yard pickup on that play for the New England Patriots, and again the ball just inside the 29-yard line of Chicago. New England with a pretty good drive working here. Minute 58 to go, third period. This would be a real good drive if the game was any closer, but it's 44-3 Bears. 2 wide receivers out to the right side, one lined up behind the other.
Running backs are splitting. Grogan back to throw, scrambling right. He'll take it himself, trips across the 30, and then is hit from behind by Otis Wilson near the 27-yard line. Skidded forward to the 25. And they spot the football at the 26. So it is a second down for New England off a gain of 2.
You know, looking at their replay, Gentry's foot was a little bit, well, it was real close there. I hope they don't take anything away from the performance, you know, with the business with the 3 points at the end of the half. It should have been taken off and things like that because, well, I don't know. It's hard to prove that they weren't going to win without the breaks that they had.
Shotgun formation on 2nd and 8 from the 26 of Chicago. Looked like the Bears in the neutral zone. Grogan back to throw. Flag down. Fires the middle, and it's broken up by Richardson. Incomplete. Stanley Morgan, the intended target. And boy, they've gone after Mike Richardson, and he has really answered the challenge. Knocked that pass away, but again, it felt incomplete as Richardson got a hand on it at the 5, but it looked like the Bears had jumped into the neutral zone. Offside, the call on Chicago.
I'm sure that the New England players are going to be asked what they thought or what they think.
Offside. Number 58 on the defense. Still second down.
If the Bears weren't allowed to kick that field goal at the end of the half, and I'm sure that to the man they would say what the score would be. 41-3.
Yeah, Dick, take 10 points off the scoreboard. It's 34-3.
Yeah.
McMahon has sprained left wrist.
Number 1 for Chicago.
He may not return to this game.
Might jeopardize his Pro Bowl appearance next week.
Yes, it might. Golf appearance next week.
You think he's going to make the plane?
He's going to have trouble playing golf.
I hope it doesn't jeopardize his appearance because that's an awfully nice reward for a season.
For the break of the action, let's take this 10-second timeout of the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Nova, the brightest new star from Chevrolet. It's the best of both worlds. See it today at your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers.
New England now off the penalty. Face a second down right here. Second down, a little bit more than 2 yards to go. The ball on the 21-yard line. In Chicago territory, 57 seconds left to go. Third period of play, 44-3. You just turned us on. You've missed a lot. I could picture this team back into the Super Bowl in the very near future. Wide receivers left and right on a second down for New England. About 2.5 yards to go. 21-yard line of Chicago. Grogan ranges back in the pocket. Swings it out left. Robert Weathers latches on. He's close to a first down as he's taken down to the play. On the far side. In to make the tackle, Wilbur Marshall, who may have been shaken up on that play. Looks like they've got a first down. It was only a 2.5-yard gain. They're going to move the chains as the football rests at the 18-yard line. Give him a gain of 3. McMahon with his left wrist heavily iced. And again, I don't think we'll see Jim again. Steve Fuller loosening up on the sideline. From the 18-yard line of Chicago, New England on a 1st and 10. 17 seconds left to go. Third period of play. Slot to the right side for the Patriots. Grogan has him down and set. Grogan takes and draws back. Grogan looking to throw. Hit by Dan Hampton. Grogan is hit and sacked back near the 30-yard line.
Give Dan 2.
6 sacks now for the Chicago defense. And they'll place it down to the 28-yard line.
Poor Steve Grogan got turned around. Dan spun him around, and Steve didn't know which way was which. Turned around right into him again.
So it is going to be for New England a second down and long. 2nd and 20 as time winds down in the third period of play. The Chicago Bears continue their dominance here this afternoon in Super Bowl 20 through 3 complete. Bears 44, Patriots 3 on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Joey, you're in. 37 seconds to go, buddy. We need a touchdown. Sweep right. Give him 100%.
Coach, I can't. My dad's health insurance at work only covers me at 80%.
Save what?
Not to mention the deductibles, the claim forms. Oh, my dad will kill me if I go all out.
I'll do him a favor. I'll kill you myself.
20 seconds, Coach.
How about me, Coach? I'll give you 100%.
You, Billy?
Yeah, my dad has the Anchor HMO 100% coverage. Those guys could rip me apart limb by limb, bruise and damage every organ in my body, and Anchor will pay for all of it. How about it, Coach? Put me in?
Sounds good. You sure your dad won't mind?
No way. In fact, it's an opportunity for him, too. See, he's beneficiary to my life insurance policy.
Anchor HMO, a choice above the rest, established by Rush Presbyterian St. Luke's.
Full outpatient and inpatient coverage available through your employer. For more information, call 347-3440.
We know you know the game. It's Collins we're trying to help. So bear with us, Bear fans. Time for another jargon alert brought to you by Old Style. Today's buzzword is sack attack. That's the goal of every defensive team in the NFL. A sack is when the quarterback is tackled behind the line of scrimmage while trying to throw a pass. A sack attack has nothing to do with food. Even though the Bear defensive players love to eat, they'd rather be sacking quarterbacks. Any one of them will tell you, a sack attack is better nourishment for the soul than anything you're going to find on the dinner table.
Final statistics on Jim McMahon, whom we are told will not return. 12 of 20, 256 yards. 5 rushes, 14 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He did not throw an interception and did not throw a touchdown. So that caps a marvelous postseason performance for Jim McMahon.
Really does. He, he's the spark. Whenever he gets in there, I mean, they say he's cocky and everything else, but I still think it's that good kind of cockiness that you need. He's a guy that'll stick his nose in there and go for it.
Now the New England Patriots at a 2nd down and 20 as Grogan takes the snap. He drops back to throw. He swings it out right side, mostly to Tupu. Penalty markers fly. Tupu drops the football to the flat of the right side. He would have gone nowhere. Otis Wilson on the pass rush. Mike Singletary had the coverage on the running back. Penalty markers down back near the 20-yard line.
I don't know if it's a lack of concentration, but we've had a number of offsides by the Bear defense. Now, whether or not Grogan has changed his cadence, maybe he thought they were getting in so easy. Maybe they were stealing the count, so he's maybe changing the cadence. Because we've been off, 3 times in the last 4 or 5 plays.
Offside, number 55 on the defense. That penalty is declined. Illegal use of the hand. Number 58 on the defense. That penalty is accepted. 1st down.
Pretty hard to fault the defense for lack of concentration when the score is 44-3. It's pretty hard now if you're going for a shutout. I mean, no touchdowns. Still.
You got to have that. See, that's why you were offense. You didn't have that killer instinct.
Still.
You know what I mean?
So from the 23-yard line now, following the penalty, it'll be 1st down for the New England Patriots and 10 yards to go. 1st and 10 from the 23 of Chicago. High formation backfield for New England. Grogan looks to deal. The blitz is on. Hit by Perry. He throws the left side. Stanley Morgan latches on to the near sidelines, and he's taken out of bounds inside the 10-yard line near the 9. Reggie Phillips, the rookie, made the play. They're going to mark it just inside the 8-yard line. 16-yard pickup, 1st and goal, and the Fridge got to the quarterback about a second too late. Boy, but he has played well. He's been a factor in this.
He has.
7-yard line, 1st and goal in Chicago territory for the New England offense.
I want to hear Buddy Ryan say it, though.
He might after today, huh?
Well, I tell you what. Looking at this replay, he just flew by Hannah now. Holy smokes.
Starring wide right to the left side, Stanley Morgan. Running backs are split on a 1st and goal. Mostly to Tupu and mostly to the right side. Grogan back to throw, looking right. Floats to the right side and overshot everybody out of bounds. To Tupu in the general vicinity, but that pass is thrown away. Dave Durson was over there along with Mike Richardson on the coverage. 2nd down and goal to go. 44-3, Bears over the Patriots. 14:06 left to go. Final period of play. Irving Fryer reports on. Stephen Starring leaves, along with Bosi Tutupu. Now Fryer split to the right side in the slot. Morgan, the wide receiver, to that side. Greg James, Robert Weathers, the running back tandem. On 2nd down and goal to go, New England. Then Grogan draws back, sets up short, fires the right side. He hits Stanley Morgan at the 10, and Morgan is done for a loss at the 8-yard line. He lost a yard on that play. Mike Richardson, Gary Fencing, that little screen pass didn't fool anybody.
Like a naked flanker screen, but it didn't go anywhere.
Totally exposed to the Bear defense.
Right.
The ball just inside the 9-yard line. 3rd down and goal to go New England. I'm sure the Bear defense would like to pitch a shutout as far as touchdowns are concerned. And
sure, I think so. It'd be all the playoff games, Super Bowl without a touchdown. It's
Slot to the left side. Actually, the two wide receivers lined up one behind the other, and Grogan back to throw, looking left. He fires the left side of the pass off the mark, incomplete. Intended of the play for Stanley Morgan. It was high and away, and he might have gotten a hand on it to the 5-yard line to the near side, but it was uncatchable. Gary Fensick and Mike Richardson on the near side providing the coverage. So it is a 4th down New England, and obviously it's not field goal situation.
Reggie Phillips was just one step away from getting that ball, too, and going
another touchdown,
length of the field.
13-18 left to go in the final period of play. Bears have reeled off 44 consecutive points. That's got to be some kind of a record in Super Bowl play, doesn't it? Slot to the left side, running backs are split. 4th down New England from the 8-yard line. Grogan back to throw, pitches the left side, touchdown. Cutting toward the middle, Irving Fryer. Took it at about the left hash mark of the end zone, and the Patriots are on the board. Irving Fryer on the touchdown reception of 8 yards.
Well, Grogan just dropped back, 3 quick steps, boom, fired it right across.
Looking left, and then on that slant pattern that has been open on occasion in the Patriot attack today. That pattern finally works for New England, and they are on the board trailing 44-9.
Well, the way Mike Richardson reacted after the pass completion, it looked like he thought it might have been a pick play, because there was somebody coming out in the flat, and that's legal as long as you don't touch anybody.
Here's the snap, the kick by Franklin. The extra point is good, and it's 44-10 now. Bears over the New England Patriots. 12-play, 76-yard drive, but it took 5 minutes and 8 seconds off the clock. And the New England Patriots are on the board trailing 44-10. 13-14 left to go.
Well, what are we going to talk about now?
Onside kick. What do you do for the onside kick?
Well, I mean, they've got to do something. I mean, you know, they want to get it back, and they've got to get it back often.
Well, I'll tell you what, the officiating I thought was left something to be desired. I'm sure when they see and go over these films, there's going to be some fingers pointing. And you know what? The funny thing, it started right with the opening coin toss.
Yes, right.
And the thing where the guy stood there, and Waller must have yelled something, and it landed, and Waller bends over, looks, tails. Tails it is. Oh, all right. Chicago wins the toss.
You know,
wait a minute. Let's do it over again.
You know, these officials are graded throughout the year under the close scrutiny of Art McNally, the supervisor of officials of the National Football League. This is the best crew. This is the best group of officials that he can put together, from what I understand. These are the guys with the highest ratings individually, I guess, and they put them together in a group for the Super Bowl.
Well, you know, we're talking about the hype and the press, how the players, you know, accept the pressure, and geez, let's get the game underway, and everybody forgets about the guys in the striped shirts, man. You know, what do they go through all week? I mean, there's got to be some pressure on them, you know. A bad call here might cost a game or whatever.
And maybe part of it is that they haven't worked together all season long. And maybe they're not together.
What this essentially is a group, as I understand it, Jim, and I believe this is the way it is now, it's a group of all-star officials is what it is. But, again, officiating is a team game also.
Sure, they rely on each other, and when they're with the group, same group all year long, everyone is supposed to be in the same position. I mean, all crews are supposed to be like that, but sometimes they're not, and they like to know where each other is all the time.
Franklin kicking from right to left to get us underway once again, and here's his approach and kick. End over end boot carrying toward the near side. Willie Gault from the 8 to the 10, angling left to the 15, turns upfield 20, and cut down across the 20-yard line. In to make the tackle on the play, Johnny Rembert, 16-yard return. Bears will start out across the 20-yard line with a 1st and 10. They'll mark it at the 24.
Maybe on a scouting report, why they don't come right up the field is because I didn't catch the number of this left cornerback that's on the kickoff team for the Patriots, but he really does a job of getting down there quick.
So 1st and 10 for the Chicago Bears from the 24-yard line to their own territory. 13:05 left to go in Super Bowl 20. Willie Gault wide to the right side. Dennis McKinnon is split to the left. I formation backfield. Tim Reitman on the wing right side goes in motion to the left. Steve Fuller at the controls takes the snap. Here's the handoff. Payton bursting off left tackle. Payton out across the 30-yard line, stretching to the 31. Roland James and Ben Thomas make the stop for the New England Patriots. And with a break of the action, let's take a 10-second timeout on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Amoco, home of quality gasolines, motor oil, and car care specialists. Trust Amoco. Your car knows.
Gain of 7 on that play. Second down and 3 yards to go now for the Chicago Bears. 31-yard line, Bears territory.
Well, the fans want Walter to carry the ball.
Gall's out to the left side. McKinnon is split to the right. Peyton in the backfield. Calvin Thomas comes in motion to the near side. Handoff. Walter into the middle of the line, pulling his way for very short yardage, if anything. Ran into the teeth of the New England defense on the play. In the middle of the line for the New England Patriots, Dennis Owens was there. Steve Nelson from the linebacking corps. Let's see what they spot the football. Apparently they're going to give him the forward motion for a gain of about 2 yards. Third down and 2 coming up.
Well, with Andy Frederickson's knee, it looks like Colbert and Van Horn are going to play the whole game regardless of the score.
I don't think they care. Third down and 2 for the Bears now from the 32-yard line. Split backfield. Fuller takes, hands it off to Peyton, sweeping the left side, looks to make the turn, and does. 30, and stretches out, and he's forced out of bounds. Short of the first down by about a yard. Across the 30 at the 33-yard line, Roland James made the stop on the far side. Looks like the Bears are a yard short.
And Steve Nelson was there again.
Yep, he was stringing out that play. Steve Nelson, really, the recognition of his abilities has only come recently. He's playing in his 3rd straight Pro Bowl next week, but he's a guy who's been around for a long time. He's made a lot of tackles before the recognition began his way.
Plus the recognition with the Patriots, they were always noted for the great big line. You know, when a couple of the guys had problems and they asked to be traded and everything else, but it was always the great offensive line of the Patriots, and defense really kind of got lost in the shuffle.
Fourth down, Buford to punt formation. Here's the snap under no pressure, gets his kick away. Beautiful spiral. Straight on to Irving Fryer, makes the catch near the 26, bellies to his left and makes the turn to the 30. He's to the 35. It is cut down by Emery Moorhead on a submarine move across the 35 at the 37-yard line. He went 5 yards in the air on that tackle. 44-10 the score. The Chicago Bears lead the New England Patriots. Timeout of the Super Bowl. Again, the Bears leading the Patriots 44-10 of the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
All right, Billy, here's your little snow shovel.
Okay, Dad.
I'll start at this end of the driveway. You start at that end, and we'll shovel snow until we meet in the middle. Then we'll have cocoa, okay?
I like cocoa.
Good. Ready? Go. Heave ho.
Heave ho.
Heave ho.
Heave ho.
Heave ho.
Dad?
What?
Is it time for cocoa?
No. Heave ho.
Dad?
What?
I don't want to do this anymore.
You said you wanted to help me.
You said it was fun.
I lied. Heave ho.
Dad?
What?
Why don't we get a John Deere snowblower?
How do you know about John Deere snowblowers?
Joey's dad is the new 522 model.
Wasn't it expensive?
No, it's very affordable.
Oh.
Joey's dad loves it. He says the John Deere 522 handles like a small machine but throws snow like a big one.
Really?
And its engine is 5 horsepower.
Horsepower. Okay, we'll buy a John Deere snowblower.
Good idea.
As soon as we dig out the station wagon and find your mother.
Heave ho.
Heave ho.
Heave ho.
From walk-behind units to tractor attachments, your local John Deere dealer carries a complete line of reliable John Deere snow removal equipment.
La Victoria says, thanks, Bears. It's been super. La Victoria is a big Bears fan, just like you, and they're proud to have brought you every Bears game here on WGN. It's been super to be part of the Bears season. La Victoria has a whole lineup of salsas, dips, and sauces that can turn ordinary meals and snacks into super treats for you. Look for the red, white, and green label in your store and discover the food secrets of Mexico with La Victoria.
Brown's Chicken and WGN Radio make the Bears play-by-play the next best thing to being there. You know the guys on the other end of the radio are enjoying Brown's Chicken, the official meal of the Bears broadcast booth and press box.
Wayne Larrivee, Dick Butkus, and Jim Hart. 11:23 left to go in this one. 44-10. Bears leading the New England Patriots and New England on a 1st and 10. Patriots out of the 38-yard line in their own territory. I formation backfield. Stanley Morgan out to the left side. And back to throw. Grogan looks to throw. Pops it over the middle. Derek Ramsey is hit in the play. Coughs up the football. The Bears have recovered. Sean Gale made the hit that pried the ball loose at the the 45-yard line, and the Bears have recovered once again. Inside the 45 of New England, I believe Singletary came up with a football. They're going to mark it near the 43. Singletary gathered it in, and Gale made the hit that pried it loose.
I don't like the
How
catch.
many turnovers is that for New England? How many fumbles? I mean, we heard all this stuff about 16 turnovers in 3 playoff games, and it's been all Chicago in that regard. I believe the Bears have lost 2, haven't they? 2
Two and
fumbles
a half.
today.
2, right. Yeah. They haven't lost any since then.
New England, 4 fumbles, 1 interception. Somebody forgot the Bears had a plus 24 during the regular season on the turnover table. You know that? That's all we heard about all week were the Patriots causing turnovers. From the 43 now, Chicago on a first down in enemy territory, and Fuller takes the snap off the play action. Looking downfield, now being hurried, throws it over the middle. Kenny Marjoram latching on and had it broken up by Ronnie Lippett at the 25-yard line. Fine play by the Patriot cornerback, who has seen an awful lot of action come his way. Dennis Owens kind of forced Steve Fuller to move up in the pocket and get rid of that football. Second down and 10, Chicago now at the 43-yard line.
Some will wonder why we're throwing 44 to 10, and but that's similar to whatever game it was when they all were putting up almost 8 or 9 man line and running Waller at the end of the game. You've got to loosen them up a little bit. It's not a matter of pouring it on. It's just that you got to loosen them up.
Foolish had run into a 9-man line. Get your people hurt.
That's what Craig tried to do today. Didn't even do it.
Split backfield. Here's the handoff to Payton, rolling right on a sweep. Gets a block as he turns the right corner, but is upended on the play. Ronnie Lippett and a textbook tackle at the 40-yard line. Looked to be a gain of about 3 yards. Lippett on the tackle for the New England Patriots. We're going to spot the football just short of the 40. Let's call it a pickup of 3. Walter Payton, now, if you're interested, is 53 yards on 20 carries. Boy, the yards of the postseason on the ground for him have not come easily.
But the other guys have picked up the slack. Matsui has done real well. Of course, the passing game has picked up.
Passing game picked up. That's the key, I think, in the postseason. Shotgun formation on a 3rd and 7, Chicago from the New England 40. Gentry in motion to the left side. Now Fuller gets the snap, looks downfield, throws the left side. Payton is open, and the pass is incomplete. He bobbled it for a moment. It came directly over his head at the 25, and he made a tumbling attempt to haul it in. Off his hands, incomplete. 4th down, Chicago Bears. Don Blackman had the coverage downfield for the New England Patriots, but I'll tell you, Walter Payton was out there. He got right by Blackman.
I was a little high and behind Walter.
Well, that pass is thrown high and directly over your head is one of the toughest balls to catch, it seems like.
Walter had to turn around, too, and catch the ball over your head, and you get no leverage as far as jumping for it when you do that.
Irving Fryer back at single safety for the New England Patriots. Maury Buford, I imagine, will try to hit the corner of the coffin here. He moves forward, looks to be angling it for the near side. He gets a spiral away, and the ball hits on the 2, takes a Chicago hop, stays in play, and the Bears are going to down it at the 4-yard line. Cliff Thrift hauled it in. New England will start from the 4. In New England, when it rains, it pours.
It's written. I'm telling you, it's written.
The script is just about complete. 44-10 Bears over the Patriots. 10:06 left to go in the game on the WGN Chicago Bears radio network.
Removing rough wood, peeling paint, and damaging rust can be a tedious struggle. But now you can make that tough job much easier with 3M sanding supplies from True Value Hardware stores. Hi, Pat Summerall to suggest the reusable 3M stripping pad for only 88 cents. It's designed to easily remove old paint and varnish with the help of your favorite chemical stripper. Rough, unfinished wood is no match for the 3M sanding block kit. It features 5 durable sandpaper sheets and a long-lasting block, all for just $2.66. To get rid of rust and paint from metal and wood, True Value Hardware stores recommend the 3M Clean and Strip Kit for only $3.44. Simply attach its flexible brush to your electric drill, and you have a powerful stripper that won't rust or splinter. You'll find all these fine 3M sanding supplies at participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers. And while you're there, be sure to pick up an application for a True Value charge card, good at thousands of participating True Value Hardware stores nationwide. Ask your dealer for details.
Amico presents the Amico Sports Profile.
We're here with Chainsaw
Esposito, living sports legend, chainsaw. Who are your idols?
FDR, JFK, and Francois Truffaut.
Fascinating favorite hobby?
Needlepoint, canasta, and Amigo Premium Lead-Free Gasoline.
Interesting. How do you keep fit?
Hopscotch.
Amazing favorite color?
Amigo Premium Lead-Free Gasoline.
Why's that?
It's great gasoline, ma'am.
Of course. Favorite song?
Green Sleeves.
And what's in the future for chainsaw?
I want to go where no player on my team has ever gone before. The end zone.
Amico, your car knows.
34-10, Bears over the Patriots. 10:06 left to be played of the football game. And New England from their 4-yard line will put it in play. Well, Buford tried to hit on that 2-yard line. Instead of hopping into the end zone, it took like a wedge shot with a reverse English on it and stayed in play. Bounded back toward the 5 of the Bears, downed it at the 4.
Now we got everybody in there for the starting defensive team. We got
Henry Watkins, Tyrone Keys in there. Mike Hartenstein, yep. Hartenstein's been around a lot of years, 11 of them, matter of fact.
It'd be good for him to get a safety here.
High formation for the New England Patriots. Collins, the tail of the tandem. Grogan get a throw for the end zone off the play action. Rainbows it deep down the middle. Fryer out there, but he can't catch up with it at the Chicago 45. Irving Fryer has blazing speed. I mean, the guy does about a 4.240, 4.39 to be exact, and just outstanding speed. He got behind everybody, but Grogan's pass a little bit too long. Would have been 96 yards in one play.
He really didn't react very well to the ball. The ball was thrown over the middle where he has an opportunity to make a reaction to it. And I didn't think he moved toward it.
It wasn't thrown, like a clothesline. It was hanging up there. He could have run under it.
Grogan 12 of 22, 126 yards, 1 interception, 1 touchdown. New England out of second at 10 from the 4-yard line. Running backs are split, receivers right and left. Grogan swings it left into the flat. Stanley Morgan picks up a block, hurdles the defender across the 10, out to the 15, and brought down near the 18-yard line, close to the sidelines here on the near side. Ron Rivera got over on the tackle. Second-year pro out of California, 15-yard pickup. First down, New England Patriots. They marked it just short of the 19. 9:13 left to go in Super Bowl 20.
Well, who's your choice? MVP, you think?
I'll stand with Willie Gault.
Really?
Fryer out to the right side. Stanley Morgan to the left. And again, Grogan back to throw. Swings it out flat right side. Tony Collins cuts upfield 20. He's to the 25, cutting right, and he's brought down near the 30-yard line. Mike Hartenstein trailing the play from his defensive end position. Made the tackle near the 30-yard line. A first down to New England Patriots, and it looked to be a gain of 11 yards.
Trailing. I tell you, he did an excellent job. He rushed the passer, turned around, and made the tackle downfield.
I take it by the way you question my choice of Willie Gault that you think maybe a defensive player. Obviously,
my next choice. It's too hard to pick a defensive player because they all they all played well.
I'd have to go with Richard Dent.
If you had to go defense, I think, yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Made quite a few things happen. Split backfield, receivers right and left for New England. First and 10 near the 30-yard line. Grogan hurls the left side. He's got Irving Fryer wide open underneath the coverage, and Fryer steps out of bounds near the 45-yard line. The rookie Reggie Phillips chased him out of the near side. 16-yard pickup. New England first down to the 45-yard line. It's academic now, though.
I think Hampton did all right. He caused some things to happen.
Yep.
It's but they all play so well. It's hard. It's really hard to pick out the key move.
I agree with you. I would not like
I just wonder if they're going to pick McMahon.
A lot of quarterbacks were out there on that podium prior to the game. Super Bowl MVPs were honored. Most of them were quarterbacks. Receivers right and left, split backfield for the New England Patriots at a first down from the 45 of New England. Grogan back to throw, pops the right side. It's intercepted on the play by Jim Morrissey.
Come on, turn around, turn the other
30, to the 20, to the 15, and he's struck down from behind at the 5-yard line. Jim Morrissey on a 45-yard return. 11th round draft choice out of Michigan State was cut from the football team in the cut down from 49 to 45 players late in the preseason, brought back because of injuries, and here in the Super Bowl, an interception and a return. And that pass overthrown and right to Jim Morrissey as if he was the receiver.
And what a nice kid Jim Morrissey.
Yeah, he is, and he does a heck of a job on the specialty teams, and a Patriot is down on the field.
Cedric Jones and Steve Moore made the tackle on that play. They mark it out at the closer to the 6-yard line.
Well, razz him for not scoring or something, you know what I mean? Rookie.
And all things, you know, Jim Hart, I mean, of all the things he wears, number 51, huh?
How about that?
We knew that 51 would enter into the Super Bowl somewhere in the history of the game. And
Yeah, it just entered right there, getting caught from behind.
Yeah, those last 10 yards look like the old 51
that's right.
Well, you guys were asking about how many times quarterbacks, or, you know, mostly quarterbacks have won MVPs. 10 times quarterbacks have won the MVP award. Joe Montana being the last year. So 10 out of 20 years of the Super Bowl, the quarterback has been the MVP.
Well, see, Jim thinks, I see your point, too, though. Galt was on the receiving end of all those things. I mean, if there were a number of receptions or touchdown passes, maybe you elect to go with the quarterback. But Willie did crack that big one there.
I don't mean to downplay Jim McMahon's performance today by picking Willie Galt, but I just think the way he's done it,
I just wonder how they decide to pick on a score like this. You know what I mean? Is it the first, when we first took the lead, the key play there and forget the rest of the game, or is it
took the lead on a field goal?
That's right. Chuck Swirsky has a good point. He said, "How about a co-MVP?"
First
there was
down.
one of them when you have trouble picking one.
First down for the Bears. Time of possession heavily in favor of Chicago here this afternoon. Perry and Payton, the running back combination. From the 6-yard line, Moore headed motion to the left side. Handoff Walter. Up the middle he goes. Payton struggling for yardage. Down to the 4-yard line. Looked to be a gain of a couple of yards. Smiley Criswell made the tackle for the New England Patriots. Also in on that stop for New England, inside linebacker number 57, Steve Nelson, who's been playing with a sore shoulder that is partially separated over the course of the last 3 playoff games.
It isn't worth mentioning.
We'll have a delay in the game here for a moment as Perry heads off. The delay in the game is not because William Perry is heading off. But I agree with you, Dick. Why mention it? Now have a second down and goal to go from the 4-yard line to the New England Patriots. 44-10 Bears on top. 7:22 left to go. 7:20 remaining to be played. Time winding down to the Super Bowl, mercifully for the New England Patriots and happily for the Chicago Bears. High formation backfield. Calvin Thomas now in the backfield with Walter Payton. Payton the tail of the tandem. Double tight ends on the line. Moorhead of the wing left side. Toss Walter. Sweeping left. Looking for the end zone. Payton turns upfield to the 5. And he's down to the 3-yard line as a penalty marker flies.
That's in the holding area.
I don't know. Imagine every time Walter gets it, it just seems like the Patriots gets charged up. And I noticed, like early in the game, I mean, every time they just tackled Walter was like, like a mission completed. Well, I stopped you and this and that. And every time he gets the ball, I mean, there's the whole Patriot defense is like swarming over there.
You can count on a couple fingers how many times he's gotten through that first wave of defense even.
In a moment, the official will give us the indication. I believe illegal use of hands is the call in this case here.
Illegal block. Number 87 on the offense. Still second down.
So second down now, but the football back outside the 10-yard line to the 14. 44-10 Bears. 6:59 and counting to the championship. Keith Ortego is split to the left side. Kenny Marjoram on the wing right side. Peyton Malone set back for Chicago. Second down and goal to go. Marjoram deployed in motion to the left side. Fuller retreats to the pocket. Fuller steps up. He'll take it himself. Now he throws the end zone, and the pass broken up by LeFat. Incomplete. It's headed for Kenny Marjoram. And a penalty marker down. I believe he came across the line of scrimmage, did he not? And throwing that football. Looked like that was the call. LeFat made a nice play on the pass. Illegal forward pass. So the Bears encountering some penalty difficulties now as Jim Morrissey had given them the football first and goal from the 6, and the Patriots elect to take this penalty. This would back them up. Steve Grogan 16 of 26 in the passing department today.
Not a bad day.
Illegal forward pass beyond the line of scrimmage. Number 4 on the offense. 5 yards from where it was
third down.
There's the explanation. Third down now for the Chicago Bears. Third down, it's a goal-to-go situation, remember, from the 18-yard line.
I wonder if that'll enter the picture with, as far as the Patriots' second guess in this game, whether or not they should have started Grogan instead of Eason because he was sick during the week or whatever.
Grogan had been out since November. Wide receivers left and right on the third down call for Steve Fuller. He takes. Here's the handoff to the running back, Calvin Thomas, up the middle. Thomas finding running room inside the 15, and he is taken down by a host of New England Patriots near the 11 or 12-yard line. Fred Marion, Roland James responding from the secondary of the Patriots. It is a fourth down for Chicago. Got another injured New England player down. Boy, it started bad from the word go. On New England's first play from scrimmage, an incomplete pass, and tight end Lynn Dawson jammed or twisted his knee. Went out of the ball game. And really, if you want to go back further, as Dick Butt just mentioned, it started with a coin toss. The Bears won the flip.
Or did they?
So they're checking over the injured New England
Sure they
player.
won it. He's seen it. He's seen Tails was right there.
Oh, yeah, Tails.
So it is fourth down for Chicago. Fourth and goal to go from the 11-yard line of the New England Patriots. And again, I can't see who's down. I don't know who the injured player is because, again, the trainer, the doctor are over the injured player. It's hard. You can't see his number. 44-10, one of the most lopsided Super Bowls in history. And with a break of the action, the Bears lead the Patriots on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Bear fans, here's one stat you won't want to miss. It's 7.9% financing at your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealer. 7.9% GMAC financing can save qualified buyers hundreds on new 85 and 86 Cavaliers, Novas, 2.5-liter Celebrities, and El Camino. Get 7.9 on 2- and 4-wheel drive full-size pickups as well. Just take retail delivery from dealer stock, and 7.9% financing is yours at your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealer.
There's one beer brewed in America today that hasn't quite caught up with the times. A beer that's still brewed in the traditional old world way, the way great beers used to be brewed, which is just what you might expect from a beer called Old Style. Heileman's Old Style. Brewed with pure artesian spring water and brewed twice. Croydon for extra smoothness. It's what makes Old Style America's best brewed premium beer. Heileman's Old Style. G. Heileman Brewing Company, La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Aaron Ferris, the injured New England Patriot, after a long time on the turf, he gets up and comes off pretty much under his own power. 6:16 left to go. 44-10 Bears over the Patriots. So this one just about history. You have to really go back. I know last year was 38-16. 38-9, the Raiders over the Redskins, 2 Super Bowls previous to this one. But this 44-10, really the game not as close as that score would indicate, it seems, you know. Willie Goff out to the left side for Chicago. Fourth down. It's a goal-to-go situation now from the 11-yard line of the New England Patriots. Walter Payton and Calvin Thomas, the backfield combination. Emory Moore headed to the slot left side, deployed in motion to the near side. And here's the handoff. Payton bursting off left tackle. Payton cuts back upfield inside the 5, and he stretches to the 4-yard line. Dennis Owens got over to make the ankle grab on the tackle. Fred Marion was also there for New England, and the Patriots will start from their 4-yard line, just short of the 5.
Wayne, Chuck Swirsky just came in and said that the Bear coaches are desirous of getting Kevin Butler placed in the record books for Super Bowl with 4 field goals made in a game, tying with Don Chandler and Ray Wersching. So that's one of their
They are desirous of getting him that record?
Well, that would tie him.
Well, I wonder. They didn't kick it here, though.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense, does it? But they came
how
over.
Desirous are they?
They came over and said that.
They were overruled, obviously.
Mike Ditka probably said, hey,
Mike Ditka said, no, forget it.
That's enough.
We'll see these guys somewhere down the road. The New England Patriots are a fine football team, but they were no match for the Bears today, and they were totally outclassed, almost from the word go. Even after getting the first break of the game, they converted to only 3 points. After getting the Walter Payton fumble at the 19-yard line, the Patriots could not move the football, settled for a field goal, and from that point on, 44 unanswered points by the Bears. The Patriots came back later with a touchdown pass to Irving Pryor here in the second half. But that was long after the issue had been decided. So New England will start just short of the 5-yard line. Tell you what a season it has been. I know the Bears have had a long and glorious history, Dick Butkus, but you'd have to go some to find out what kind of a season that would compare even close to this one.
Oh, you'd have to really look back. We had some great defensive teams and everything else. In '63, the defense, carried the way to the championship a lot of times. But I don't know. I really don't remember that well of the '63 team. I was still in college at that time. But this defense, they're so dominating that it makes it boring. It makes it.
It makes it.
Well, they're so good that people just say, "Oh, they're tough," and they kind of like overlook it. You know what I mean? We've seen it all year long. Quarterbacks ducking, throwing early when no one was around them. Now, come on. That's the kind of influence or kind of the ball that they're capable of playing, and they do play.
First down New England just inside their 5-yard line as they start on offense, and Grogan back to throw in his end zone. He throws it deep down the left side, and it's nearly intercepted by Reggie Phillips, who had glove-like coverage at the 45-yard line on Stephen Starring. Well, Reggie Phillips, he's been beaten once or twice today, but I'll tell you what, for a rookie, he really responded to what could have been an adverse situation with Les Frazier going out with a knee injury early in this football game, and Reggie Phillips on more than one occasion has answered the bell in the affirmative.
That's one of the keys also during the course of the year. You've got to be lucky with injuries, and when you do have them, you got to have people to replace them. Now, Tom Thayer, he comes in, does an excellent job at his offensive guard, and
here's Grogan on the back pedal and second down under pressure. Lets it go on the left side, and it's incomplete. And they function for a safety as Grogan Hartenstein and Walker were dogging him on the play, and Grogan tried to shovel it out to avoid the safety, but he did not release it in time.
The players are Henry Wachter, so they knew they gave it to Henry.
Wachter was also there. I thought I saw Hartenstein, and in addition to Henry, the principal man, apparently, he had him in the grasp.
Yeah.
And he was the man who gets credit. Hartenstein followed quickly after.
That's Henry's second safety this year.
Right?
I believe it is, yes.
Now, there's another case here, see? People, coming in playing for a starter and doing a good job. Especially with our two guys who didn't sign contracts this year, who really must be feeling terrific right now. Two players step in and do a great job, and I think Wilbur Marshall is erupting into a potential All-Pro if he isn't already.
No question about
this guy.
Dave Doerson comes in for Todd Bell. Todd Bell is such a fine, strong safety, and what does Dave Doerson do but make the Pro Bowl?
So when you say like Dan Fabian says, next year will be right down the road for me. If everything goes right with injuries and with keeping the same size hat during the course of the year, there's no reason why they can't be back.
46-10 now as Camarillo punts the football. A high kick sailing toward the near side. Willie Goff from the 24 cutting left. Now has to circle route, looking to make the turn. He is forced out of bounds on the far side of the 28-yard line. I'll tell you who had the angle on him, Ed Reynolds. Ed Reynolds had him dead to right and would not let him get by and forced him out of bounds. And Willie finally just said, well, I'm going to go. I don't need to get hit here. Just race out of bounds, and they're going to mark the football to the 27-yard line. 56-yard punt, 5-yard return, and it's a first down now for the Chicago Bears at their 27-yard line.
Bears now have 7 sacks, minus 61 yards in losses. That's tying the record set by Dallas in Super Bowl 10. And Bears to the line of scrimmage to the left side. Keith Ortego to the right side. Kenny Marjoram. Steve Fuller is quarterback here much of the way in the second half, and Fuller draws back. He pumps once, now scrambles around, looking for a receiver. He's hit and thrown down by Ben Thomas back at the 15-yard line. Ben Thomas, rookie second-round draft choice out of Auburn. That's the 3rd sack of the day for the New England Patriots. Going to spot the football up at the 17-yard line.
Everybody stopped. All the receivers stopped, and
Fuller was trying to direct traffic there.
Yeah, he's trying to get guys to move a little bit. Nobody would move for him.
Come on, Fuller, for crying out loud. Look at the scoreboard. I don't have to run anymore.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that they're still throwing the ball.
46-10 the score.
Well, I don't think they play the Pats next year, so they can't have no revenge factor.
Unless they meet them here.
Yeah.
Second down, 21 yards to go. Gentry in motion to the left side. Fuller rolling left. Fuller looking to deal. Now stops and throws the left side and overshot everybody. Down the left sideline, Tim Reitman, the intended receiver near the 40-yard line. As Fuller let it go on the roll to the left side, and so it'll be for Chicago now 3rd down and 21 yards to go from the 17-yard line.
Well, we're going to read about this.
Well, you think Tomczak is going to come in now for a couple minutes?
Well, he should. Should give him an opportunity to play. Give everyone a shot at it.
Talking to his dad earlier today. All the guys on the south side are listening. South side guy makes good.
Yep. He battled as a free agent.
How do you like that? A rookie from Chicago, south side, gets on the Super Bowl.
Bears are undecided on personnel. Calvin Thomas headed off, and now he's back in. Joins Fuller in the shotgun formation at a 3rd down and 21 call from the Chicago 17. Gentry comes in motion to the near side. The snap to Steve Fuller, a deep drop. Fuller steps up against the pressure and buys some time. Floats deep down the right sidelines for Gentry, who was bumped out of bounds by Roland James near the 45-yard line of the pass. Sails incomplete in New England territory. Roland James kind of did to him what Mike Richardson did to the Rams receiver 2 weeks ago, and edging him out of real estate with a little nudge.
James got away with it, just like Mike Richardson
did. Yes, he did. So it is a 4th down now for Chicago. 4th and 21. The ball on the 17-yard line. The countdown to the championship is on. 4 minutes, 39 seconds left to go. 46-10.
Tough to call a nitpicking penalty like that against a team that's down 46-10.
Maury Buford in punt formation waits for the snap near his 3-yard line. Irving Pryor back in single safety for the New England Patriots. Hilgenberg with the snap, and Buford takes it. The rush is on. Buford just does get it away. Kind of a line drive kick. Pryor backing up, makes the catch at the 39, dances to the 45. He cuts to his left and is forced out of bounds as penalty markers fly near the 48-yard line. Mike Tomczak. 43-yard punt, 10-yard return. Was that 18 on the tackle? Forcing him out?
Yes, it was.
It was. There he goes. He's trotting off. Our spotter, John Matthews, pointed at number 18. You got to be kidding. He got him in there.
Up back.
So, penalty markers down. The officials conferring near the midfield stripe. 46-10. And the officials still talking it over here. In a moment, we'll know. We'll be reporting from the Bears locker room. Following the game, we'll have the highlights. We'll hear from the listeners, analysis following the game, and I don't know, outside of the officiating, face mask.
Face mask. Number 18 of the kickers after the ball was returned.
Poor Mike.
Illegal block by the receivers. It'll be the receiver's ball at their foul.
Mike Tomczak.
Got his name in the program.
Yes, got his face on national TV right now.
You dirty player, Mike. Grabbing somebody's face.
He had a rather sly smile on his face too.
He had to
made something happen.
That's right. He had to get in the box score some way, huh?
Yes, sir. So the New England Patriots have the football now. Well, what a year it has been. Unbelievable, and maybe this the crowning jewel in the season the Bears have had here. total decimation of the AFC champion New England Patriots. 46-10. Grogan back to throw on 2nd and 10. The rush is on. Hit by Henry Wachter as he throws the right side. A diving attempt is made near the 38-yard line, but it is incomplete. The intended receiver on the play was Stephen Starring. Pass underthrown. Wachter breaking through on the pass rush. Moments ago, he made the safety tackle on Steve Grogan to the end zone. And Taylor had the coverage downfield. So it's a 3rd down and 10 now, New England.
56 point. A lot of people really didn't think that was going to be, that many points scored.
With the caliber of defenses and the way they had been playing throughout the postseason, that was really unexpected also. You're right. 56 points on the board. Grogan out of the shotgun on 3rd and 10, gets the snap, drills it over the middle. It's incomplete, threw it behind Irving Fryer, who had the coverage from Brian Cabral.
There's that pressure he felt without the pressure being there.
Yep.
And even a veteran like Steve Grogan will succumb to that.
Well, we need a couple of votes for Bears' most valuable player and unsung hero.
Of the year.
Of the year. Oh, wow. My God. We'll have to analyze that. That'll take some time.
That's going to take more than 3 minutes.
3:41 left to go. It is 4th down for the New England Patriots, and Rich Camarillo has come on. I don't know if I really understand that. Why not take a shot at it? I mean, what's the difference?
Maybe he's going for a record.
Yeah. Camarillo in punt formation takes the snap and gets his kick away. A high, beautiful kick. Carrying toward the far side, and Durson allows it to hit on the 5 and bound into the end zone before the Patriots can down it. Cedric Jones down there got a hand on it, but could not control it, could not bat it back in. 51-yard punt of the Bears will take it from the 20-yard line to the 1st and 10. 3:30 left to be played.
I'm gonna put a vote in for unsung hero for Emory Moorhead. I think that he's played a part in every game and has caught some really nifty passes for good games and has done it consistently, and yet he doesn't get the recognition that Walter Payton, Willie Gault, Jim McMahon get.
Matsui and Thomas Sanders, the backfield combination. Mike Tomczak at the controls, and he takes the snap, hands it off to Sanders, and up the middle he goes, and Sanders for short yardage out across the 20, maybe stretching to the 23-yard line. Gain of 3 on that play. Ben Thomas made the tackle for the New England Patriots. 3:15 and time winding down to this one to a championship. Be the 7th championship for the Bears, 6th or 7th.
My vote
in the history of the franchise.
My vote for MVP is Walter Payton, guys. What do you think?
That's hard to argue. He had those 9 straight 100-yard games with the passing game was faltering, and McMahon was out of the lineup. Receivers draped to the left and right sides at a 2nd down and 7 for Chicago from the 23-yard line. Reitman a motion to the near side. Here's the handoff, Matsui off right guard, and he's hammered down on the play. Oof. Johnny Rembert coming in from the linebacking core untouched. Laid out Matsui. Penalty marker down, though, on the far side. Gain of a yard, perhaps, on that play. The Bears are motioning that it's against the New England Patriots. See what the officials come up with here in a moment. And it's going to be against the New England Patriots.
Offside. Defense still took it out.
So still 2nd down for the Bears, but 2nd and 2 for Mike Tomczak and company. 2:35 left to go. 2:35 and counting. Keith Orr to go wide left, and coming out to the near side is Kenny Marjoram. Running back shift from the eye to a pro set formation. Tim Reitman on the wing right side and motion to the left. Tomczak takes on the toss. Suey sweeping left. Makes the turn. 25 to the 30. Cuts upfield. He's across the 30 out near the 35-yard line. Combination of New England Patriots on the far side. Team up on the tackle, and the Bears have picked up another 1st down, and they'll keep the clock rolling. Fred Marion and Brian Ingram make the stop for New England. 2 minutes left to go. We've reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to be played of the football game. Chicago Bears 46, New England Patriots 10.
The magic of the Chicago Bears continues tomorrow morning when Wally Phillips welcomes the ever-popular coach of the 80s, Mike Ditka. And tomorrow night at 6:30, you'll catch a special edition of Sports Central with Chuck Swirsky and Chicago Bear Talk. Then it's Super Bears one more time, a special on February 7th at 5, with complete highlights from those unforgettable moments in the playoff games and the Super Bowl. Stay with Chicago's #1 sports station, WGN Radio 72, and salute the Chicago Bears.
What's all the excitement about? Well, Charlie Fitness Club and Hotel has opened its doors to the elegant new facility across from the Art Institute at 112 South Michigan Avenue. Charlie Club has also opened its telephone lines to you for membership applications. A lot of people have been waiting for this number, so here it is. Call Charlie at 726-0510, 726-0510. And if you call now, you can take advantage of tremendous savings on a Charlie Club membership. In fact, you'll save $250 if you call now. Or visit the Charlie Club at 112 South Michigan Avenue across from the Art Institute. But hurry, because the Charlie Club Fitness Club and Hotel special won't last forever. And while you're there, you might pick up some tips from nationally renowned Deborah Crocker, the Director of Exercise Programs for all the Charlie Fitness Clubs around the country. So call today, 726-0510, and save your membership to the 18-story showcase facility across from the Art Institute on Michigan Avenue. The Charlie Fitness Club and Hotel. You've got to see it to believe it.
Wayne Larrivee with Jim Hart and Dick Hutchins. Apparently Richard Dent has been chosen by the media as MVP of this football game here today. We're still looking for a Bears' most valuable player and top unsung hero over the course of the whole season.
Well, I would have voted for...
Tomzak on the toss now to Thomas Sanders, rolling the left side. He makes the turn across 35 out to the 40-yard line. Looked to be a gain on that play of 6 yards. Fred Marion again responding from the secondary. Second down coming up for the Bears. They've got the football out near their 41-yard line. Second down and 4. Minute 40 remaining to be played of the football game. Time winding down to a championship. Minute 30 left to go now as we tick down. 1 minute 30 seconds.
As far as defense, I'd say Dent, most valuable. Walter on offense.
I'd say
unsung hero there.
Co-MVP.
I think he stepped in and did an excellent job.
Second down now for the Chicago Bears. 4 yards to go from their 41. Here's the handoff, Thomas Sanders. Sanders bursting off left tackle. First down as he breaks the tackle across the 45 out to the 50 and stretches into New England territory to the 49-yard line. James and Marion on the stop once again of the secondary. And let's pause for station identification on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
This is WGN Radio Chicago.
45 seconds left in Super Bowl 20, 46-10. The Chicago Bears, they've got a first down. This will probably be the final play of Super Bowl 20. The crowd rising to their feet in appreciation of a masterful performance by the Bears. Split backfield now. Tomzak taking the last snap. Hands it off to Sanders, sweeping left. He's hit by Brian Ingram and brought down back near the 46-yard line. 20 seconds remaining now. Mike Ditka being hoisted on the shoulders of his team. 13. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6.
Buddy Ryan, too, Coach.
4, 3, 2, 1. Believe it. The dream is reality. The Chicago Bears are world champions of football.
You got Buddy Ryan on the shoulders, too, Wayne. Yeah.
And perhaps fitting that they did.
No question about that. Well, they did it all year, and again, they did it in the big one. This outstanding defensive play, and what more could you say? They totally dominated the game.
46-10 the final. The Bears are world champions for the first time since 1963. So it finally happened. The Chicago team finally went all the way for the first time in 22 years.
Dick, you have to feel as good as anybody. Oh, I feel, I feel really proud of the guys, I tell you. Not that I'm going to start crying now, but I really do. And I really like to
WGN, Dan Fabian, all the guys for graciously asking me to do this year. I don't know what I added or whatever. I sure had fun coming to the games, and what better year to start, really, when they go all the way like this.
I'd like to echo those comments about Dan and WGN giving us the opportunity to break in like this. Couldn't ask for a better scenario, could you?
All right. It's terrific, I tell you.
Special season, no question about it, in the long and proud history of the Chicago Bears. This one, again, I haven't been there 22 years or 40 years or whatever, but I'll tell you what, it's hard to believe that they had a greater season at any time than this one. I know there were a couple of undefeated seasons. Those were in the days of the 11-game schedule or thereabouts, and the game wasn't the focal point that it is now in the American psyche over the course of the fall season, and certainly none of the championship games that the Bears had won, even back in '63, really equaled the magnitude of what happens in a Super Bowl today in 1986.
Well, I think it shows what the exposure of TV really does for the game of football and for the personalities, because I'm telling you, from California, where I spent a lot of my time, all over the country, everybody's talking Bears, and Bear fans are coming out of the woodwork, and it's a tribute to the Bears. I mean, this Cowboys, the American team. I tell you what, you take a census right now, I bet you the Bears are the favorite team, and I think it's maybe because of the defense, of the way they play, and because of McMahon. I mean, his attitude and free-spirited type thing. It's just a reflection of Americana. Jesus, let's get patriotic about it.
Everybody's doing the Super Bowl shuffle out there. Everybody, the whole place is just rocking.
I tell you, looks like a lot of people are just hanging out here.
A lot of people are singing it too.
46-10, the final. Let's go down to the tunnel if we can now, and Dave Ennett down to the tunnel. You could hear the sounds down to the tunnel. I'm sure Dave Ennett had trouble hearing us and sending us down there, but at any rate, he had trouble picking up our communication, and we'll wait till things are a little bit more quiet down there. But if you could visualize this, those of you who are not able to watch on TV, and as I can see in the monitor, television isn't even shooting the end zone of the far side, but the Honey Bears are whooping it up for the crowd, and as Jim Hart mentioned, they're doing the Super Bowl shuffle, and it's just an incredible sight. The Bears have headed off into the locker room for the Super celebration, and you can bet, although they did not have the kind of celebration for the NFC Championship, or even when they clinched the division in Dallas for that stunning 44-0 victory over the Cowboys, very little celebrating of any kind, and two very important moments in this season. But today, you can bet all of that celebration is kept pouring forth in the Chicago Bears locker room right now. And we hope to be able to go down into the clubhouse to pick up the presentation of the Lombardi Trophy in a few moments when NBC Television Network and the rest of America is ready to tune in to see what's happening down at the Chicago Bears locker room. And right now, I see on our monitor the Bears just finished their team prayer, and now the celebration begins.
Brought to you by True Value Hardware Stores. The more you've got to do, the more you need True Value Hardware Stores, because they've got what it takes. Today, Chevrolet, who invites you to live the style, performance, and fun of Chevrolet in 86. The Illinois Office of Tourism, Department of Commerce and Community Affairs. Amoco Premium Lead Free. Amoco, your car knows. Heilemann Old Style Beer, brewed with water from when the earth was pure.
I'm going to Chevy City, here I come. I'm going to Chevy City,
Dave, we are in the Chicago Bears locker room, and let's take you up to the podium now and try to pick up the presentation of the Vince Lombardi Trophy to the Chicago Bears.
Audio-wise, we're not able to pick up the presentation of the Vince Lombardi Trophy to Ed McCaskey, the chairman of the board of the Bears, and Mike McCaskey, the president of the Bears. They are accepting the trophy now from Pete Rozelle, the NFL commissioner, and unfortunately, we're unable to bring that to you live for, I imagine, a variety of technical reasons. Mike Ditka joins the group on the podium now, and as far as the presentation goes, the Vince Lombardi Trophy now in the hands of Coach Ditka. But what a great moment for Mike Ditka, who was a part of the last World Championship team in Chicago, and now is a part of this one here in 1986. And Dave Ennett, we'll go back to him in the locker room momentarily, and let's send it right back down to Dave. Dave?
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. You might imagine right now this is a rather hectic room, and the celebration in here continuing. Just a few moments ago, Mike Ditka addressing the team, and then he led them in prayer. And now Commissioner Pete Rozelle up on the podium with Mike Ditka, the president of the Bears, Mike McCaskey, presenting the Lombardi Trophy.
It's going to be expensive, but we're giving one to everybody. We did it before, but it stands for the strength of the organization. Everybody in the organization gets it. Great job.
Okay. Before we let you go, Mike, you played on a championship team 63 with the Bears, Super Bowl winner with the Cowboys. How does it compare being the coach of the Super Bowl team?
Well, it's the greatest feeling in the world, being part of a winning organization. It took a few years to build it, but I think we're going in the right direction. The good Lord willing, we can keep it up for a number of years to come.
You had a few seconds to address the fans back in Chicago. What would you say?
It's a long way, but it was worth it. It's a long way, but it was worth it. I tell you, a lot of dreams have been fulfilled and a lot of frustrations have been ended.
We'll be back with more from the Happy Bears.
All right, so you heard the comments there of Mike Ditka up on the podium along with Mike McCaskey. We're going to try to get some of the players over here and get their reaction. And if you'll bear with us for one moment here, let's see if we can grab one of the players. It is, as you might imagine, just pandemonium. The media is just coming into the locker room. And I'm looking around for a player, and right now there aren't any. But as you might imagine, I'm looking for champagne also, and I don't see any right now. We do have a couple of the players around. Let me see if I can squeeze in here a bit closer. Jim Morrissey. Jim Morrissey, who wears number 51 and happened to be stationed near a microphone, nearly got into the end zone with that interception. Jim, were you terribly disappointed not to get in?
Sure was. I had nobody blocking for me. Ron Rivera was trying to block. No, he did throw a good block. That was just easy. No, it's a thrill to be here and a great win.
Jim, you're a rookie. Did you ever imagine you'd be playing on a Super Bowl champion your rookie year?
Never in my life. It's worked out. Management's been great to me and great to everybody. This is a great year. Can't explain it.
All right, Jim, congratulations. Jim Morrissey, rookie linebacker. Let's see if we can move around a little more. Talk to some of the other players here. Emery Moorhead, veteran tight end. Emery, congratulations being on a world champion. Did you ever think this day was going to come?
Well, I tell you, when we were in the championship last year, I had a feeling we was going to make it a little bit further this year. And the guys been playing great all year, and it really just climaxed today with a great effort from defense and offense and special teams. And you just thank God that he's on our side and Papa Bear's looking down on us.
Emery, I know the players were real confident, but did you think, by any stretch of the imagination, you'd have a victory that was this lopsided?
No, we knew we was going to win, and we didn't know how much. But just once we got rolling, the defense started playing well, and it just kept going. It was real reminiscent of the Washington Redskins game. Defense played great.
Hard to believe you ever trailed 3-0.
I know. They were just wanting to get up on the board. Aside from that, I think we did a great job.
All right, Emery, congratulations. Ed McCaskey, chairman of the board of the Chicago Bears. And, Ed, I know you've waited a long time for this. Congratulations.
I've been waiting since 1941, I think, and just thrilled. And I'm just going around the locker room trying to thank all our people who did such a splendid job all year. I'm very proud of all of them, Dave. I'm very happy that we were with WGN and the tremendous coverage you gave us this year.
Well, thank you. I know that this has to be a particularly special moment for the McCaskey family and for Mrs. McCaskey. And I haven't seen her in the locker room.
She declined. She's a private person, as you know. We persuaded her to come to the last one, but she would not come down today. But I tried to make it a point when the commissioner gave me the trophy to thank her father, her mother, and her brother, and all the old Bears who have helped us all year long.
All right, Ed.
From their spot in heaven, I might say.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. Ed McCaskey, the chairman of the board of the Chicago Bears. Let's see if we can get untangled here and work our way back across the locker room. Jim Hart is joining us now. And Jim, I was trying to explain what a wild scene this is at the moment. It's a stark contrast to the locker room in Chicago 2 weeks ago, where, as you pointed out, it was very reserved. And this is a much smaller locker room. It's very cramped. You got the national media in here now. And I still have not seen the first champagne cork pop.
Oh, well, it's against the rules, isn't it? You can't do that.
You just won a Super Bowl.
Let's get it. Maybe, how about let's talk a little here with Jim Morrissey, who
we did already. We talked to Jim, number 51. But
I couldn't get in the end zone.
I'll tell you what, though. Let's see if we can work our way over here and talk to another rookie who played a part in this victory today, Kevin Butler, rookie place kicker of the Chicago Bears. Kevin, congratulations. It's funny, we just talked to Jim Morrissey, and here you are, another first-year player who was able to be on a world championship. What are your thoughts?
Well, you almost feel guilty. I know it's taken some guys so long to get here, and then we step in our first year, and I think this can go down as one of the best teams in football ever, because you saw what we played and what kind of intensity. And I don't care if you'd have had Miami, the Raiders, or New England, who beat them both out there today. I thought you saw a team that dominated it in every phase of the game, and we wanted it worse than they did today. I think it was obvious.
Kevin, people said Kevin Butler hasn't had to kick a field goal yet to win a game. You did have to kick a big field goal there after the Bears fell behind 3-0. You kicked a field goal to tie the game. Was that maybe the biggest one you have kicked this year?
Well, if that was a real big one, I think I'll be around for a long time, but I don't know if that's that.
It was that easy for you, huh?
Yeah, well, when you get into perfect conditions like the dome, and it wasn't really a far kick, so just concentrate. My concentration was good, my legs were fresh, and so I felt real good about it.
You get a little tired with all the kickoffs?
No, you don't get tired when you're winning the Super Bowl.
All right, Kevin, congratulations on a great rookie.